What's up, everybody? MTG Gaming here, because I didn't want to forget what we're going to talk about. Okay, first off, I want to ask you this, Jose.
Yeah.
Do you think Cody will beat Roman Reigns anytime soon, either at SummerSlam or whatever?
I would say SummerSlam because WrestleMania was not the time yet. They need the story to continue. You want Cody to struggle, to make him worthy, to give him relevancy, to be the worthy guy that can defeat Roman with a perfect storyline.
Absolutely.
So SummerSlam would probably be the pick. SummerSlam was the pick. I mean, I stuck to my guns that I knew Roman was going to take this out,
Mm-hmm.
But at the other hand, you did bring another point. The point that you brought up was the 50-50, that it didn't matter if Cody won or if Roman won. But the point with Cody was it was just too soon to put him there because Cody was just the alternative. When Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, said, I'm not gonna show up for WrestleMania.
Yes.
Then he was the alternative,
Absolutely. Do you think Vince McMahon is back?
He's always been there. And I said it in the beginning, Vince McMahon never left. I think you and I had a discussion and he took himself out of the company. Well, Stephanie and Triple H were the interim, chairmen, shareholders.
Yeah.
And he took care of his legal problems,
Mm-hmm.
So he parachuted himself there. And the problem was, let me put it this way. If you're a wealthy man like Vince McMahon, one thing a wealthy man has is a backbone. And when you have a backbone, you got nothing to worry about. Who does he have? Kevin Dunn, my buddy Bruce, and Nick Khan.
Yes,
that's who they have. Those are his yes men people.
Mm-hmm.
So Vince McMahon never left. He parachuted himself to take care of his issues, and the man is back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, before we bring Brian on here,
yeah.
What do you think about
Drew
McIntyre unhappy with WWE Creative? Do you think he's leaving or going to AEW? Which I hope that doesn't happen.
I really don't think so, but I think he wants to explore more because I feel like Corgan's out there reaching out to him too. Hopefully, I mean, probably, but it's something I heard. But it seems like the other organizations are kind of like keeping an eye on him. If they talk to him, I don't think that cannot be the issue. We can't say that they did look out because, he's still on WWE contract. Mm-hmm. But they're keeping their eye on him. And at the same time, in general, we have not heard anything from Drew because the media is going through, he's hurt, he's pissed, he's happy, he's tired. So there's so many million stories about it that we have not heard from Drew himself, what's going on and everything. Unhappy, I do believe it, Miguel, because come on, the guy became a WWE champion in an empty arena in WrestleMania 36.
And he's too good.
You and I discussed, they owe him.
Yeah.
Did you think Drew was out there to put over Gunther for this Intercontinental Champion storyline, in your opinion?
Yeah, to this group chat that we normally be on. Yeah. And we'll continue the call with Brian and that idiot. All right.
You got your cold beverage? Because I got my cold beverage ready.
Yes, I do. All right, man. I'll see you on that chat.
It's a long night.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I'll see you on there.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Got it.
All right. All right.
We hear you?
Yep, loud and clear.
I got you clear. Yeah, I'm clear too.
Yeah. It's just that we're gonna wait for them to come on here, and I don't know what that idiot that we just mentioned is doing, but yeah. And Christian might come on here.
I don't mind. Let him step in if he feels like contributing anything that we might see.
Yep. What's up, Brian?
What's
What's going on?
Discussing so many topics and breaking news. Maybe for the honor of Miguel, and good thing that Brian is here since he's our more OG WWF for Butch Miller, you know. So,
right.
If it's privilege, guys, we got to give our Bushwhacker Butch Hall of Famer a moment of silence whenever you guys are ready to give it to him.
Yep. I wish I would actually ring the bell 10 times for him, but I don't have the bell, so I would honestly do
We'll just do the silent drill like we did with Scott Hall last time, Brian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, I was doing the 10 bell salute in my head while I was counting down.
Yeah. Good thing you did the perfect 10.
Yeah. But yeah, so R.I.P. to WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Butch, and
Butch.
Yeah, R.I.P. to him, and what you call they're in the Hall of Fame, and I didn't agree with it, and I'm not really much of a fan of them, but it seems like they had really great careers in the WWF, so rest in peace to the Butch.
Yeah, they did.
Bushwhackers Butch.
One thing I will fill you in on this one, Miguel. The Bushwhackers were 27 tag team champions in previous organizations, from Jim Crockett, world class champions, Jerry Jarrett, and Bert Gagne. Mm-hmm. They were called the Sheep Herders. It was called Luke and Duke at that time. So
I'm pretty sure.
If you're interested in watching any background podcasts, yeah. Bruce Pritchard and Eric Bishop, they do have biographies about them and everything. So
yeah.
Yeah, you might check it out if it's interesting you. It's about maybe 22 minutes or 30 minutes of their podcasting story.
It's weird that when I went to WrestleCon in Dallas, I didn't see Butch, but I see Luke. I don't know why Butch was not there.
Well, you know that they both are still going through some health issues. I mean, especially Luke right now as well, you know.
Yeah. So I guess they were tag champions in World Class Championship Wrestling and AWA, the USWA. The USWA was ran by Jerry Jarrett and Vern Gagne. I don't know if he ran AWA. But did he run AWA?
AWA, yeah.
And who managed the World Class Championship Wrestling? The Texas territory. Who ran that one?
The Barnerics. Yeah, the Barnerics, Hall of Famers. You know, Kerry Barnerick, Kevin Barnerick.
Yeah, but
Tom Barnerick, all the Barnericks. Yeah.
I didn't know they actually ran it. I thought they were just working there. I thought somebody else ran it.
So it was owned by them. You know, it's almost like I think EC3 owns the narrative, and then Braun Strowman earns like a partnership or something like that. So. Yeah. And then the WWE, you know, discovered them by Bruce Pritchard, the Lanzas, Blackjack, and the Hart Foundation, and there was another tag team too. There was another tag team, the Hart Foundation, the Lanzas, and it comes in my mind. But there was other tag teams that did call them in, that helped them out. You know, oh yeah, Hawk and Animal too.
Yeah, the
were discovered by them.
Yep, the Road
Hawk and Animal.
They won tag titles.
So that's the background.
NWA.
Well, smart marks are not going to tell you that. Smart marks are not going to tell you that, Miguel. Believe me.
Yeah, I know.
They don't know shit.
Nope.
And I heard Sabu's hospitalized too, so hopefully he gets a speedy recovery too.
What's wrong with him? I did hear about that, but I didn't read into it. What's wrong with him?
I think he's been getting a lot of headaches, I think, because due to his concussions, you know, or more so, you know, with so much hardcore situations has been going in his career, man, you know.
All those death matches in Japan and on the indies and all those hardcore matches in ECW,
Yeah. And then Chelsea Green hospitalized too.
Really?
Something about a stomach bug or something. That was the breaking news that just popped in today.
Yep.
So everybody's hospital has a cross. Well, you know what? Let me ask you something, Miguel. In your experience in WrestleCon, okay. To make it very short, yeah, I had fun, you know, to meet up some talents.
Yep.
But then, in the end of the day, at the end of the week, when WrestleCon was over, there was a lot of breaking news of disaster seems that. I mean, I heard the breaking news about Rick Steiner, and then I heard the breaking news about Melina, which is a shocker to me. You heard what Melina did, right?
We talked about the Rick Steiner situation, but I don't think we talked about the Melina situation.
She got into a fight.
Yeah, she almost.
And she bit the person.
Oh, really? She actually hit the person?
No, bit it. Bite. Like the way
bit the
Austin Theory did with John Cena.
Oh, bit the person. Pulling off the Freddie Blassie.
And it was hardcore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, the problem is the bite was hardcore, man. I mean, the person was bleeding.
Yeah.
So, that was aggressive, man.
If I ever go to another WrestleCon, I hope they don't ban her, though. Like they did Rick Steiner. Like they did.
Yeah. Well, I was shocked with Rick Steiner, I mean, when I heard him, I'm like, damn, that's news to me. And here's the thing that I discovered, because a lot of people started agreeing with me, why did you take a picture with Ryback and Scott Steiner? I go, aren't you guys really paying attention to what they're doing right now? Those guys are getting rehabilitated.
I know.
Is he planning on coming back into the ring though? Ryback, you said?
Yeah, he's getting some help. He's getting counseling, and hopefully he keeps his trademark.
Well,
otherwise he wouldn't be there.
I mean, just because he said a lot of junk about WWE, I never thought that he was an asshole. I just I mean, that's his whole opinion, and
He was just angry. If you can read between the lines, Miguel, he was just he looked pretty angry. The way the stories that he was telling us, the fans in the meet and greet. You can read between his lines that I think he really got screwed and looked pretty angry. And of course, you're gonna say a lot of bad shit, for any circumstance, that how much the company screwed you, or you were not getting the piece of the pie, things like that,
Yeah, but just because he talks bad about WWE, I never thought that he was an asshole. It's just that just because he talks junk about WWE, that doesn't mean he's an asshole with fans.
Did you find him entertaining though, Miguel, in the ring? Ryback?
Yeah, he was good. I wanted him to be
Yeah.
WWE champion over CM Punk one time. I thought he was going to beat the shit out of CM Punk, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't, and so. But anyway, hopefully, whatever he does, he can resurrect his problem. I mean, look at Tessa Blanchard and La Rosa Negra. They called it a truce when we were there. They both took pictures together. So now Tessa Blanchard is trying to resurrect her stuff. All she needed was to apologize, dude. You didn't need to go to Mexico for a year. People forget, dude. It's like, you want your life back? Apologize, dude.
And she even divorced her husband.
I think
her and her husband divorced.
Yeah.
Even whatever issue she was going through.
Yeah, so she's going through that issue too.
Do you think WWE should give Ryback another chance?
They could, but not right now. The way things are going in WWE, not in this condition. And I know Miguel's going to bring up that topic, but the answer would be no right now. WWE's too hot right now in a turmoil issue right now.
I haven't even thought about that.
So you want to bring this topic up, Miguel?
I haven't even thought of that.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought of that.
So I don't know. How do you want to start with this?
I don't know what
WWE thing, Vince McMahon coming back, and how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it, Ryan?
We don't need the old man back in WWE. We don't need the old man. We don't need him. We don't need him.
Miguel, let's hear from Ryan how he feels about Vince McMahon coming back and all that stuff.
Ryan.
So yeah, Ryan, how do you feel about this?
We don't need him. The old man doesn't. We're better off without him. We're more comfortable with Triple H running the business.
Do you feel surprised him coming back or anything?
But he said, "Oh, I signed a 2-year deal with WWE." Like, we don't need
Well, it's his company. We can't.
You don't need money. No, you don't need no more money. You're already a billionaire.
But
but
we can't tell him to stop. That's his company, and we can't tell him to stop. There's nothing we can do about it. It's still his company at the end of the day.
True.
Yeah. Which in general, Vince McMahon, to me, I don't think he never left the company. He parachuted himself out, have Triple H and Stephanie take care of his problems, and he kind of like weaseled his way in, and look how successful he was. And you got to understand, by the end of the day, guys, that when you're a billionaire, you do have the backbone. And when you got a backbone, you got nothing to worry about. I mean, Vince has Nick Khan, Kevin Dunn, and Bruce Pritchard, man.
Yeah.
Those are, his original Three Stooges. It's not Patterson and Slaughter and and Briscoe, dude.
Yeah.
Those are his stooges right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Jim Cornette was one of his stooges. Remember Jim Ross, Jim Cornette, Pat Patterson.
Yeah. Michael Hayes.
Well, Michael Hayes still works for him, so yeah.
Yeah. So those are his yes men people. Laurinaitis was just a fall guy for the company. So whatever happened, of course, John Laurinaitis took the bullet for his. Yep, he was just understand, he was just a fall guy. That's all he was.
Who needs an anger? You don't need that fool.
Even Mark Carrano. Mark Carrano was a fall guy too for putting that trash to Mickey James. He didn't leave a stole.
I mean, they said that Mark Carrano has the worst position in WWE. It's the worst job that any other guy can have. You have to make both sides happy, the wrestlers and the creative process. And if you don't make them happy, you get heat from the wrestlers, and you get heat from the heat from the creative side. Hey Brian, you still awake? Brian.
Yeah, watching TV. Is there a game going on, guys? Baseball game or something?
Well,
that you watching?
I was watching the Angels and the Rays.
Yeah, I remember that
was a good game. That was a good game.
Yeah.
Brian, you there? Damn, I think he fell asleep.
That's it. Yeah, I can hear the snoring.
Oh man. Well,
I'm here, yo.
Chris, wherever you're around, Chris, I hope you jump in this chat. Chris, is he there? Christian Reigns.
Let me see what he's doing. He's probably on the phone with his girlfriend.
All right.
Hold on,
You got any more questions for me, Jose?
Yeah, let's give Ryan this question too. What do you think of the victory of Roman Reigns on show number 2, WrestleMania? How do you feel about it? What are your disagreements or your mixed feelings about it that you want to answer to us, Miguel? I mean, we gotta hear your side.
I did terrible in my predictions. Miguel, what was my predictions again?
You wanted Cody Rhodes to win? You wanted Cody Rhodes to win. That was all I remember. And what you call it, the best part is, you became a Roman Reigns fan. You became a Roman Reigns fan. Now put the one up. There you go. Ryan's a Roman Reigns fan. Ryan's a Roman.
But I know, like, to be honest with you, Miguel was right, and you guys were right that he's going to lose the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. He is.
Well, I said that's still a possibility because
I just read a rumor that he could like hold the title until like 2028 and break Bruno Sammartino's World Heavyweight Championship reign.
That's not gonna happen.
Too impossible. It's not gonna happen.
That is not gonna happen.
I mean, and the Bruno Sammartino eras was just too different with competition.
Yeah.
This is way different now than the Bruno Sammartino moments.
Yes. Yes, it is.
But so the thing is, Ryan, did it surprise you that Roman won
Yeah, it's surprising, but now he has my respect. He beat every WWE superstar in the company.
Yeah, and you used to shit on the guy 24/7. Now put the one up.
The Rock, though.
Put the one up. Put the one up, baby. There you go.
He hasn't beaten his cousin The Rock yet.
Well,
which hopefully that comes under. Well, between The Rock and Roman Reigns, if it happens at WrestleMania 40, Widow without a championship, that storyline sells itself.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
I have a feeling it's not going to go. It's not going to be.
It's a bloodline story.
It's not going to be for the title, but it's going to probably be a regular wrestling match.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will sell itself. The story sells itself.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, Miguel and I stuck to our guns that we knew Roman was going to win. It's not saying that we're making bets or anything. We kind of like took it as a principle.
And Ryan
everything that we say and do is a principle.
And Ryan became a Roman Reigns fan. That's real. I'm really happy about that because he used to shit on the guy all the time, and now he likes him. Good job, buddy. Just like how you're kissing Just like how you're kissing Ryan's ass for going for the Dodgers, and you're kissing our ass for going for Roman Reigns. Good job.
Wait, hold on. Out of all of us, except for Christian, I say Miguel could be the Roman Reigns.
Why not Christian?
No, for us three only. Us three. How about us three? It could be Miguel Roman Reigns.
Oh Lord.
Who should you be? Paul Heyman.
Let's do the Ryan Sokola. Ryan Solo. There you go.
Kurt Jose, give me a throw.
I guess.
Yeah, I need a Samoan spike from you. Make Umaga happy.
I guess,
I
guess what you call Jose is Jimmy, and I guess Brian, I guess he could be Jay.
Yeah. But the good part though, I'm happy that, to be honest with you, I'm happy that the KO and Sammy won the World Tag Team titles. That
story continues.
That was really good.
It's not over.
Really good.
And I'm excited for the draft.
To be honest with you, I really thought they were not going to be teaming up at that time at WrestleMania. I thought they weren't. I thought they were.
Yeah, it was both ways. It was both ways. Either the Usos or KO or Sammy. I really don't think we picked up predictability out of that one, but it didn't matter. I mean, both sides were like really balanced out 50-50. I did enjoy, what, the Hell in the Cell, but my opinion with the Hell in the Cell was I think they could have waited until it was dark. Because remember, it was daylight. It was still daylight. When they were making their entrances, I think they could have kicked it in for a little time till sunset. It was still daylight. I mean, it was still daylight when they did that.
Wow, bro, the draft, I'm excited for the.
One thing that doesn't make sense, Miguel, about Hell in the Cell, and I know Ryan knows this one too. You know the stipulation about Hell in the Cell. Everything is legal, right?
Yes.
Yep, it's like a no-holds-barred match.
Why did we have to stop the match when Finn Balor was bleeding? There is no stopping the match on Hell in the Cell. Did you guys calculate that? You observed that?
It's PG, Jose.
For safety-wise.
It's PG, that's why.
Safety-wise.
PG.
And
safety-wise, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but it makes sense, everything. I mean, but everything is legal in a stipulation match like that, I mean, I didn't understand.
She takes place on May 8th, and I'm excited for the draft.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting where the draft's going to go. Did you know what I expected on Monday Night Raw? Okay, you had Roman there, making the appearance.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bloodline making the appearance.
Yep.
And you see Cody in the ring. You know who I was expecting to make the appearance instead of Brock Lesnar?
Who?
Randy Orton.
Oh, really?
Have a legacy versus the Bloodline reunion.
That would have been cool.
But I heard that Randy's still not clear.
Yeah.
He hasn't been clear yet, so...
I did hear about that, too.
But what do you think? You think that would have worked? A legacy reunion?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It would have definitely worked. Hey, Brian, are you there? Hey, Jose, let's do a personal call, bro, because I don't want to hear his snoring, because it kind of messes up my live stream.
Yeah.
Alright.
Make sure Ryan gets in there.
Let's do a personal.
Alright, go ahead, Ryan. You better jump in on this one.
Let's do a personal call. Let's do a personal call. Forget Ryan. Anyways, yeah, what you call his?
Yeah, you think that would have worked out instead of Lesnar making the appearance? You think that would have worked out if Randy was clear? That would have been good. A legacy versus a bloodline reunion, something like that.
Yeah,
that would have worked a story.
Yeah, and what you call, I wanted to get off the call, bro, because I can hear Brian snoring in my background in my live stream, and I wanted it to stop since we can't tell him to stop, because he's already dead asleep. Yeah. So I wanted to take it off. So that's why I wanted to do a personal call. But
look at he just emailed you.
I know.
Did you see Brian's message?
I know. Don't worry about it. You're gonna say dumb junk to us, bro. I can see it coming from a mile away anytime he talks to us. But anyways, bro, I remember one time we were talking to somebody on a wrestling live stream, and the first thing Ryan asked him was COVID vaccine. It's a wrestling podcast, and you're asking the guy about a COVID vaccine.
Yeah, what do we need about science? I'm not a doctor.
Exactly. Like, you're gonna ask about a guy about a COVID vaccine on a wrestling podcast?
Pass. Next subject.
Okay, next subject.
Speaking of which, Miguel, do you have a prediction if the women's championship belt is going to be unified for Rhea versus Bianca? What do you feel about that? You think that might be a happening?
I don't think so. I mean, the only
champion versus champion, winner takes all. You know, something like that. I don't know. Or we're gonna wait till Survivor Series for them to go at it. You know, battle for supremacy.
Yeah,
brand versus brand.
Yeah, wait till Survivor Series to see they'll go at it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say that. I don't see it happening like on Raw or SmackDown or any other pay-per-view. I can only see that happening at Survivor Series
is the only way.
Yeah.
Survivor Series, yeah. Because, I mean, you're going against the brand splits and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm. And what you call...
But do you recommend that title for undisputed women's titles should be done and winner take all? Do you recommend that?
No. Because I want them to stay on separate brands. So, no.
Wow. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, too.
Yeah, so...
And another subject is budget cuts. What do you think?
When's it? When
and a hiring freeze.
When are they going to start
hiring
releasing?
Freeze.
But when are they going to start releasing people? That's what I'm wondering.
That's a good thing. I don't know if it's going to happen before Backlash or after Backlash.
It's coming around.
It usually goes both ways.
Yeah.
It goes both ways, you know. I mean, look, JY made an appearance with Tony Khan this week.
Yeah.
He probably told the WWE, hell no, Vince is back. I ain't gonna be treated like shit.
Exactly.
Vince McMahon does not know who the hell JY is anyway.
Nope.
So why would we want to work?
Exactly. And
here's one thing I don't understand, Miguel.
What's that?
How come Paul Levesque, Triple H, couldn't figure this out? You can't say that you have the company to you if Vince McMahon never left.
Yeah.
You know? I don't understand that with people. They go, Triple H is this. No, I can't figure out why Triple H did not notice this, that this would happen to him at any time soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Vince told him, okay, man, I'm back, man. You're going to go back and push pencils and hand me coffee or something, you know? And you rehire these guys to get revenge on me? Wait until I fire them for you again.
What's up, Ryan? Is this Ryan? I know you're in the comments, but we had to get off the call because Brian was too busy snoring, and it was and I could hear the snoring is on my live stream, so I had to hang up on that call.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I don't understand that Paul Levesque couldn't see that between the lines, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you were giving WWE McMahon and Helmsley era DX style authority, man.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You have to act as Paul Levesque out there, dude. I don't want to hear the game. I mean, shit, dude. You're in the office making decisions, dude. Come on, dude. Yeah. Really.
Shout out to the 4 in the stream. What's up, people?
What's up, guys? Yeah.
Yeah. But,
so yeah, I just couldn't believe that he could not, didn't realize that situation that Vince came back. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Can I help him?
But here's the thing: Vince McMahon is going to make those changes. He's going to make those cuts. If he already made a hiring freeze, it's gonna like you know how they call it. He is going to make those cuts. And I say that because since Endeavors owes like what 50-something% of this partnership,
mm-hmm.
I really don't think Endeavors doesn't want to play with a higher payroll right now.
Yeah.
I can feel that Endeavors is very greedy of paying talent, you know, $30 million or something like that. So the cuts will be guaranteed because Endeavors is not going to pay you too well.
Mm-hmm.
And as for Drew, since we couldn't finish the subject with him, we need to hear from Drew what the hell he thinks about it. And I think if I'm him, he's still young enough. Travel the world, be a multiple champion, do what Matt Cardona's doing, do what Sasha's doing, you know, explore it, you know.
I mean, but the
you're gonna be in AEW, do a forbidden door or something, but I don't want you to be signing a 5-year deal or something, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And what you call, yeah, man. I mean, Drew McIntyre, the only best place for him to go if he does leave WWE is New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, he's been there.
Yeah,
that's home for him.
I'm pretty sure the Japanese audience will love him.
You know.
Yeah.
NWA would be good for him because he's never had the NWA champion. That could probably be part of his accomplishments. If he's observed Matt Cardona with the NWA championship in previous, you know, pay-per-view battles, I think definitely Drew can definitely challenge himself on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, because right now I cannot picture Drew being an AEW champion. They are too invested in MJF. That ain't gonna happen, you know. Maybe a forbidden door is allowed, but, you know, but not a 5-year deal, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he can challenge the best people there. Maybe he can challenge the Dragon, Bryan Danielson, with, you know, new improvement, a new guy. Moxley with his new hardcore challenges.
I haven't heard.
He can have a Kenny Omega.
Did McIntyre ever fight? Daniel Bryan?
No.
I don't think so. And
this would be good for a forbidden door or one night stand. It could happen.
Yeah, and I doubt he's gonna go to NWA. It would be cool. It's just that can NWA afford him? Because when these big releases from WWE superstars, you know they're gonna want big money. Like for example, when Braun Strowman left WWE, he wanted big 6 figures from companies that wanted to hire him or wanted to bring him in. So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
and all Braun Strowman is just getting WWE, and he's getting Nicholas back, his tag team partner. That's all he's getting.
Yep, pretty much.
Nicholas. He graduated high school, man. Happy reunion. Braun Strowman and Nicholas.
That was retarded. Why would you guys do that to the bar? To the bar.
Well, you have to use the referee's son. I forget the name. I think it's Mike Chioda. I think it's his father or something like that. I don't know, somewhere there. Yeah,
I don't even know that.
He's one of the referee's sons. I don't know if it's Mark Chioda.
Yeah.
Or something. So you're not just gonna pick a fan just like that. No, we just found out that Nicholas is one of the sons of the referees. You know. But yeah, I have a funny feeling that probably if Braun Strowman stays in WWE more longer, they're gonna give him Nicholas.
I won't be surprised for a Braun Strowman Nicholas reunion.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If Vince McMahon pulls all these shitty bookings, I'm sure he will.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he will. Yeah. And I thought Nicholas was a girl, but it was a boy.
That's a whole storyline plan, you know.
Yeah.
But if I'm Drew, you know, he should definitely look around and figure these out. Right now, there is nobody right now talking to Drew because, you know, he's on contract, so there is no talk right now. But that they are observing like a bunch of bats, that is a true thing, you know. That is happening right now. But maybe if it's true, I wish it was, but you know that AEW is going to UK, so I don't know if they're going to use him in an all-in UK appearance, you know.
But
it's possible, but there's an idea, a suggestion there.
Yeah, but you got to know this, that his contract expires in 2024.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Another
thing to say.
If WWE wants to keep him, make him happy and give him what you owe him.
Oh yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he deserves it in front of a live audience.
But the problem is,
I don't know if they're gonna.
The problem is
Go ahead.
The problem is you have to concern yourself with Endeavors too, because they gotta say the final say if they want to pay him that fair money. And I did my research with Endeavors that they are not the type that are gonna give you high payment how Vince McMahon was in the past, you know.
Really?
So Endeavors is very picky. Yeah, if you research Endeavors, they are very picky with higher payroll. I mean, this is not a Vince McMahon checkbook or a Tony Khan checkbook or even a Ted Turner, checkbook.
Yeah.
Endeavors is a little more greedy on this one.
I did not know that.
Even though these are Vince McMahon buddies, yeah.
But I don't think Endeavors owns the.
They cannot only answer to Vince.
Yeah, but I don't think Endeavors bought the full entire company. I think Endeavors only.
No, they just merged.
Yeah, and I think they only bought like
49%
of the company, and Vince.
That's to talk to them for final says, agreements or disagreements. Endeavors has to have that participation,
Yeah.
Meaning that at least Vince McMahon cannot even go over their heads for them. There's confirmation is required. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I about to say about Drew, they better figure it out and they better give him what they want.
We got a comment here. It says, "What were you guys a fan of Braun Strowman's Universal title run?"
That's a good question. If we were.
I don't even remember. The only feud that I can remember him having was him beating Goldberg at WrestleMania, and didn't he had a feud with Bray Wyatt over the title?
Yeah, they had a Wyatt family thing, yeah. Wearing the sheep mask and everything, so they had a history storyline like, oh, you betrayed the Wyatt family, thing like that.
Yeah, and I think Bray Wyatt won the belt from Braun Strowman, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
and honestly, I think there was a purposely. I'd say it's similar that you gave him the Universal belt in an empty arena for Braun. So they probably, WWE must have felt that that's as far as you're going to give Bray. But are you going to give it to him with a live crowd? So I don't think it mattered, if you gave him a belt at that time and then have Goldberg take the pin. Goldberg said, fuck, this is an empty arena. Pin me and I'm out of here, dude.
He just got up and then I remember that whole match. Goldberg could not get any offense in, so Braun Strowman all I remember was Goldberg not getting any offense in, and Braun Strowman shoulder first to him and doing that power slam, and that was it. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. And the thing is, if you observe that match, that WrestleMania match didn't feel. Goldberg wasn't feeling motivated in that empty arena. He felt like he was on his practices or something.
Yeah. Oh, another time.
So he didn't put himself in. He just took the pin.
Yeah, we got another comment here. It says, "What about Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton's feud in 2020 for the WWE Champion?" I wasn't really, to be honest with you, Jose. Around 2020, I took a break from WWE. Not because it was bad, it's just because I wanted to give AEW an opportunity, my full time and my full attention. So that's why I took a break from WWE for a while. It's not because I hated it or whatever. It's just that I just didn't. I just wanted to see how AEW would. I was just keeping my eye on AEW a lot in 2020. So I'm pretty sure you've seen that Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton feud in 2020 for the WWE Champion. How did that feud go?
I mean, like I said, it felt very weird in an empty arena, so I don't think that Randy and Drew really felt it, They wish if they would have fast forwarded at that time, it would have been probably an outstanding match. And Randy was clear, let's continue the feud. Same thing with Rhea and Charlotte, those guys they were wrestling in an empty arena,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was very different at wrestling the year 2020, with no audience.
Yeah, and funny, it's just 2020 was a weird year to watch sports or anything else, bro. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
Because you never expect something like that to happen, you know?
Yeah. Having a sport in an empty arena or an empty stadium.
Yeah.
You know, watching football in an empty stadium, watching baseball, and then watching, you know, the NBA.
The arena.
Yeah.
2020 was an odd year.
So, yeah. So, hopefully this is a resurrection, you know. And then I heard, you see, when this past, here's another subject. When Raw came, you know, started, they said that Bayley got sent home. For what reason, I have no idea, you know.
Wait,
But if they're saying that...
Wait, this recent?
Damage Control was there, but without Bayley, you know.
Yeah, I heard rumors that she wants to leave the company. Here's another comment here. It says, do you guys think John Cena's career in WWE is over? Is over with WWE? No, I think he's going to compete a few matches from here and there.
I mean, yeah, if he's going to be there to put people over, fine. And honestly, I think that's a very good question he brought up because, you know, Teddy Long has been bashing John Cena on that one. Did you read that tweet?
No, I have not.
Teddy Long?
What did Teddy Long say?
He said that John Cena wasn't into it or something, and he let the guy, you know, beat him. He didn't put him too over. And because of his movie filming, you know, distractions is why definitely John Cena didn't do too good. It's like...
I disagree.
Damn, Teddy, man. It's like, come on, player.
I love Teddy Long.
John Cena's not getting any younger.
I met him, I like Teddy Long. I met him before. He's a cool guy.
I like him.
But, come on, Teddy.
Yeah, come on, player.
Come on, player.
We know you're bigger than that.
Yep.
Yep. Holla. Yep.
Holla, holla. Yeah.
But yeah, I did disagree with the comments about what he said that, you know, that John Cena wasn't into it. I mean, I don't understand why he ended up saying that, but come on, dude. You should read between the lines about Cena's situation, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You bring all the nostalgic talent. Don't expect these guys doing Huna Karanas or 360s like they used to do it, man. Shit, these guys are not getting any good.
No, they're not.
Let's give another example. How about the gimmick Battle Royal? Teddy Long was the referee there.
Oh,
he was out there arguing with Nikolai Volkov.
At WrestleMania 17, the whole gimmick Battle Royal?
Yeah, the entrances were more longer than the match.
Yeah, I know. And the freaking Bushwhackers came out. And I was watching that the other day and how the Bushwhackers were coming out, and I could hear Jesse Ventura's voice. Here comes the marching morons.
Morons.
I could hear Jesse Ventura's voice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They're licking Mean Gene.
I know he wasn't there, but I'm saying that.
WrestleMania.
I'm saying, like, in my head, I can hear Jesse Ventura's voice saying that if the Bushwhackers are coming down like that.
Oh, you're probably saying that at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at it, you can look back at WrestleMania 26. At WrestleMania 6. And the Ultimate Challenge is when Vince McMahon called the WWE fans in Toronto Skydome the marching morons right there. When they interfered in the Rhythm and Blues match, you're going to hear Jesse talking right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
but,
Jesse Ventura is a funny guy.
Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, I don't agree Teddy Long definitely saying like that to John Cena or any talent that's almost in the age of John Cena. The expectation of old school talents, you can't expect them to do what they did 20, 30 years ago.
Exactly.
Okay, if you see that the Iron Sheik if you saw the Iron Sheik taking that long to get down that ramp and then the earthquake beam behind him and Bobby Heenan saying by the time he gets there it'll be WrestleMania 38, you know. You know.
Oh, that's funny.
Come on, Teddy. You were the referee for that gimmick Battle Royal, dude, and you were out there arguing with Nikolai Volkov and telling him, you're eliminated.
And who was in that gimmick Battle Royal? I remember it was Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov.
Yep, Sergeant
Slaughter, Doink the Clown, the Bushwhacker,
Doink the Clown,
Earthquake, Typhoon.
Yep, Bushwhacker. Jim Cornette,
Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love.
Yeah. the Freebirds.
The Fabulous Freebirds. Wait, no.
Michael Hayes.
It's just Michael Hayes. It was just Michael Hayes by himself. I think the Gobbledygooker was in there too.
The Googer, the mascot of the WWF.
Yeah. Who else was in that gimmick?
Oh, the Goon! I remember when Bobby Heenan got in the comic in the moon. Mean Gene, what do you want your son to be called, the Goon? The hockey player? Yeah, how would you like your son to be called the Goon?
At that point, when WCW was dying, bro, it was good to see Bobby Heenan and those guys that were in WCW back in the WWF. Like Mean Gene, and them as well.
Well, I was telling, yeah. Well, I was trying to make the Smart Marks understand that why Paul Heyman and JR let Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan broadcast that match, because it's their generation. You know, that's why Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan were broadcasting that match. You guys are a bunch of idiots, Smart Marks. Like, oh, why Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan? It's like, dude, they're OGs, man.
Exactly.
That's a Smart Mark thing.
I mean, I didn't really. Well, yeah, you are right. And what you call? I was glad to see them back at that WrestleMania after WCW folded. I was honestly back to see that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and picking Mean Gene Okerlund and Bobby Heenan broadcasting the gimmick battle royal was the correct thing. The genius thing they did. You know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because you know how they were in WCW and all these years, and they haven't forgot about where their real home was at, the WWF. It was very cool to see that.
Yeah. And it's funny what Paul Heyman says like this: "You better watch it, JR. We'll have Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan take over Raw."
Yeah, that was funny.
But that was funny. And then Bobby Heenan goes, when the Googling Gobber makes the appearance, Bobby goes, "Mean Gene didn't used to date her." He goes, and then Mean Gene goes, "Survivor Series, Hartford, Connecticut, eons ago, we saw the hatching of the Googling Goblin." He goes, "Eons ago." He probably doesn't recall how many years was that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, and I was watching that Super Brawl where he said La Bamba. I was gonna screen record it to send it to you, but I forgot to do it.
Oh yeah, send it to Arturo. To Ace.
Oh my
La Bamba.
God. Speaking of, let me unplug here.
Manages to escape before the 3 count, and frustration might be starting to set in. And set right into the corner. And that was an effective attack, guys. Battering their opponent. Left and right, over and over. What a shot. Counters. Oh, what a kick. Just using their foot as a weapon. So ruthless. Wicked clothesline. Savage with amazing reflexes. Scoop slam. His shoulders are down. He gets the shoulder up in 2. You have to think this match is starting to take its toll. Headlock. Ooh, cheap shot right above the eye. Sharp elbow to the gut turns that one around. Military press. Load up the spaceship with rocket fuel because the Warrior is taking the opposition. Shoulders down. Just gets the shoulder up. Couldn't quite slam the door yet. Way to steer clear. Uh-oh. He reverses it. Uh-oh. This isn't going to be pretty. Suplex. Ooh, yeah. The crowd's feeling it. Kick to the gut. Creates separation. Boom! Knee right to the face. And Savage manages to endure another hit there. You know Warrior is still on the warpath after that move. Broke up with a fist to the face. Big clothesline. Well executed suplex. And he gets delivered back into the ring. And there's the cover. And he kicks out of the pin and one. I can't believe it. He just won't go away. He's gearing up for something. Inverted atomic drop. Short clothesline. Oh, my goodness. From the ground up. Power slam. Showing out their deadlifting prowess and just tossing their opponent like they're nothing. Vicious right forearm. My goodness. He's looking a little weary now. That's an example of what makes the Macho Man so devastating. Every hit is like a haymaker. And that was a precisely measured attack. Catches him with a jawbreaker. Sight set on the top rope. Shoulder tackle. Savage avoids damage. Oh, knee lift. Oh, this is just too far. Get some control in there. Oh, look at his aggression, just pure brutality. Come on, easy. Gar scraping over the eyes. Short punch. Short jab. Raining down those shots to the back of the neck. Just a beat down. Boom, right across. Shoulders down. And he fights it off. Getting that shoulder up now is huge. Ooh. How do the Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior have anything left? I have no idea how this is still going. Here comes the Warrior from the ropes. Big splash. Warrior got all of it. 2, 1, just barely making it out. That was incredible resilience, gentlemen. Macho Man's toughness on display tonight. And Warrior has to be asking the heavens, is it time to step aside? Do I have what it takes to defeat this man? And Warrior's looking staggered after that shot. Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior really has to look to the heavens for help now. And his eyes are piercing through the opposition now. No. Oh, no. Crashing hard onto the floor. You have daring, and you have stupid. That was stupid. It was a daring decision that didn't provide the expected result. Yeah, stupid. Uh-oh. Look at this. He just tossed the wound. Now that'll do some serious damage. Oh, my goodness. From the ground up. Power slam. Remarkable power being shown here. Seated drop kick. Ultimate Warrior in complete control. Randy's rocked. Warrior dropping thunder from the heavens. Referee's count at 7. They need to get back into the ring. Warrior playing off the intensity of the WWE Universe to power himself. Uh-oh, we know what's next. And he said, "You're not getting me with that this time." Oh! This building is rocking right now. Can you blame him? Oh, what a punch. That's how you stop your opponent.
Okay, people, we're back on the air. We just had to talk privately. Back to the discussions that we had, Jose. By the way, I'm going to AEW in April, and this Friday coming, I'm actually going to the Marlins game against the Diamondbacks.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Wait a second. And speaking of AEW, are you attending Dynamite and Rampage?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm going to attend Dynamite and Rampage. Dynamite and Rampage, they're going to show Rampage at first in the beginning, and then they're going to tape it, and they're going to tape Rampage, and they're going to and then they're going to show AEW Dynamite live on TV.
Here's a question about AEW. Since Dynamite and Rampage are scheduled, is the dark matches are part of this schedule, yes or no? Or how does that work with the dark matches? You know, because you have AEW Dark on Tuesday or either Monday, but any of your listing following, you know, on your social media, does it tell you that AEW Dark is going to make any appearance anytime soon in Florida? Or
well, they've been in.
Or my question is, are you interested in the dark matches? No, you going there live?
No, I'm not. But I heard that they're doing AEW Dark at Universal Studios Orlando. I heard that that's where they've been doing it now. And, yeah, that's all I hear about.
Any times that you're interested, you want to be in a dark match, or you in general don't want to go in a dark match?
I don't mind dark matches. It just depends on who's going to wrestle in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
yeah.
but I don't really watch AEW Dark. I mean, I've seen some matches from AEW Dark, but yeah. And
yeah, because I think, in my opinion, watching Dark, you bring the same subject that I'm only gonna see who we know or who am I interested in seeing with, not a hardcore, you know, dark match guy.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna go to Tampa. I'm probably gonna go to Raw that's coming in Tampa on July.
Oh, that'd be cool. SmackDown's gonna be scheduled too, or no? Do you know of or no?
No. Well, SmackDown's gonna be in Orlando. I don't know why they're not doing SmackDown and Raw on the same time at the same town during the same time that they're traveling. That's kind of weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, that's gonna be probably a good year for you guys, having AEW and WWE making those appearances.
Oh yeah,
you know?
And I mean they go to everywhere pretty much every year. It's just that you just got to keep an eye out on their schedules. Like I get on SeatGeek every day to see if they're coming over or not, and I follow the arena names. Like I follow the Emily Arena on Facebook. Like I follow their Facebook page, the Emily Arena, and the Emily Arena and the Amway Center in Orlando and the American Airlines Arena here in Miami.
Yeah. Here's one question I wanted to ask you too, and I know we kind of got caught on that subject too when we were at the live. Okay, you were at the last year's WrestleCon, and the question that I wanted to ask you, when WrestleCon was over, did you experience any breaking news comparing how the way we experienced it in our WrestleCon in LA? No. Did you experience anything, any breaking news that somebody didn't show up or hospitalized or somebody got kicked out? You know,
no.
Did you any experiences out there?
No.
Well, is this the first time you hear that WrestleCon went through these predicament situations that you find out in the end that Rick Steiner got kicked out and Melina got kicked out and God rest his soul for Bushwhacker Bush canceled out and then he passed away and everything?
That's sad.
Nothing like that was at your WrestleCon, right?
Well, I think the only thing that happened, I think the only person that canceled out at my WrestleCon was Kevin Nash. But I already met him before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's the only thing.
Who canceled? Anybody else?
Yeah, it was the Steiners. Rick and Scott, they both canceled out. They were supposed to be there on the last day. I was there on the last day, and for some reason they didn't show up.
Wow. I heard Christian Cage canceled out. Was he there, or was that true that he canceled out too?
Oh, that was, but
it's not a coincidence.
He was there. It's just that he wasn't there on the day that I went.
No.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Because I know.
So is him. He wasn't there when I was there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I found out in my LA WrestleCon, Hook canceled out. And he was only there supposedly for one show.
Wait, who?
So I found out that Hook canceled out.
Hook.
Sen Hook. Yeah, Sen Hook.
Yeah, Sen Hook.
So I found out that Hook canceled out. I'm trying to figure out, and that's why the only reason why I didn't see Melina in all the events, because the incident happened at show number 1, and they say she got kicked out, and she bit somebody, and she bit him so hard that the person ended up bleeding or something. So that's how I found. I didn't find out till Tuesday or Wednesday about that news that Melina got kicked out of the WrestleCon or something. And in general, I forgot about it, that she was scheduled there. And I see it like, oh shit, I didn't know Melina was there. And then 2 days later, I found out the news that she got kicked out.
Wow.
You know, and then after that, you know, we get the bad news from Rick Steiner. And, what is it? I mean, I wasn't surprised to see Big Papa Pump there as Big Papa Pump, but I didn't expect too much that there was a Steiner Brothers reunion or something like that.
Hey, but did you, but I heard April was saying how much of an asshole he was, but according to you, he was really cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind meeting him to see my experience.
Yeah, he was really cool.
But I wouldn't mind meeting him, saying what's up to him or whatever. If he's an asshole to me, he's an asshole to me. And I would get him to sign my World Heavyweight title.
Maybe I think when he was acting very mature at that time, I think he probably knew about the whole Rick thing, even though that nobody brought it up.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, a lot of people saying that they were expecting this from Scott Steiner, not from Rick. But people don't understand that Scott Steiner knows how to hold his horses when it's the right time he's going to hammer somebody or not.
Yeah.
That's one thing that people have to understand. You've got to read between the lines. And honestly, right here, Scott Steiner stuck to his guns. He was just cool with everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody even mentioned about, oh, where's Rick? Where's that? No. It was just about Big Papa pumping that line, dude.
Yeah, and I would have told him, hey, my favorite moment is when you won the WCW title. Wait, did he win it from Booker T, right? Yeah, he won it from Booker T, and I told him. And
he beat Booker. Your championship runs, Hall of Fame. I followed you WrestleMania 9 when you and the Head Shrinkers were going.
Oh.
When you were giving Steiner recliner to Rikishi. Before Rikishi did the Sting face, you picked him up in the Steiner recliner.
And I would have told him that I also love that storyline in TNA with you and Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah, Crystal. Yeah.
And I would have told him that. I would have told him that my favorite promo from you was the one where you called out Samoa Joe. That slob Samoa Joe is Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, and then he told him this. This is a vein, and that's something you don't have, you fat bastard. You half-breed punk ass. You want to talk about reputations? He goes, reputations are earned. He goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell Scott Steiner next time I see him. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite lines from you.
Yeah, and my opinion was, it's something I was telling David for the Wrestling Guy store. You just have to understand that if Steiner's keeping it cool because he's bending the knee for the benefit of his nephew, you know, they feel like he's already seeing that Braun Breaker is being so invested, so why not show a good side? But don't expect him to play compadre with Paul Levesque or make a truce with Stephanie. That shit ain't happening, dude. No. They're going to respect talent, and that's what it's all about. But don't expect friends. I don't expect people doing the meeting of the Heart Society. It's like, people got to get that off your heads, you know?
Yeah, and I would have also told him that I like his tag team matches against the Quebecers.
Oh, yeah. They lost in they're the tag team champions in the DQ match. Can you believe that?
Yeah, and I've seen their matches on Raw. Like, I remember seeing their matches on Raw against the Quebecers.
Yeah, and remember, Raven as Johnny Polo was the manager of the Quebecers.
Yes, he was Johnny Polo.
And the funny promo that Raven says, "Okay, we're not giving a title shot to the Steiners, but we're giving a title shot to Barry Horowitz and Reno Riggins." Two shoppers.
Barry Horowitz.
And Reno Riggins.
That's messed up.
Hey, that's something a smart mark's gonna ask you. Huh?
Oh, that was a good one by Johnny Polo.
Yeah, that's Johnny Polo. Barry Horowitz and Reno Riggins. I remember that promo, dude.
Yeah. Did you tell Raven about that when you met him?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Yeah, when I met him, I go, remember that promo you pulled in Superstars of Wrestling? You didn't want to give the Steiners a title shot. You didn't want to give the Head Shrinkers, but you gave it to Barry Horowitz and Reno Riggins.
He laughed, I bet.
Yeah. One thing I failed to buy from Raven was a Johnny Polo lithogram, dude. Because, you know, normally most of these talents sell their merchandise. I definitely could have bought his Johnny Polo picture and everything. But I ended up getting his Raven lithogram thing, you know. So hopefully in another meet and greet, I can buy a Johnny Polo shirt or anything like that.
Yeah, Johnny Polo.
Yep. So remember, give a title shot to Barry Horowitz and Reno Riggins.
Johnny Polo. He's yeah, that's a funny. It's just that it's so weird that his name is Johnny Polo.
Yeah.
And
he was more over Raven than Johnny Polo. Well,
yeah, he was.
As Johnny Polo, you men tag team champions, you know.
And Raven was,
and he pulled
always cool. And
well, you know what? As a mouthpiece, you know, he did pull some good promos.
Yeah, he did. And I also love his battles with Tommy Dreamer in ECW.
Yeah. He's more of a good heel than a babyface. He sucks as a babyface.
Yeah.
Raven is more heel.
Yeah, he's more.
I don't think babyface is meant for him.
Yeah, and I liked his matches in TNA against Abyss.
Yeah.
And yeah, Raven was cool.
There was a match that I enjoy against Raven in a triple threat match in WCW Uncensored, but I don't know if that match is still on the files on the subject. I mean, for sure you'll be surprised if they don't bring it up.
Yeah.
But it's a triple threat match, Uncensored, Raven against DDP and Chris Benoit for the United States belt.
Oh, that
was a good uncensored triple threat match.
That sounds...
For the United States belt.
I need to check that out, because that sounds interesting.
It is a good match. It was false counts, triple threat, false count, anywhere, hardcore triple threat match.
Remember Raven...
Chris Benoit, Raven, and the defending champion, DDP.
Remember Raven's flag?
For the US belt.
Lodi, Reese, Kidman... Sick Boy. You remember those guys? Raven's Flock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty Riggs. Yeah. I remember in a meet and greet when they brought Juventud Guerrera.
Yeah.
I started congratulating him. I go, you had a good match at Super Brawl against Reese. Remember that giant?
Oh,
Reese? And then the smart marks look at me. He's like, yeah, you guys do not know who the fuck is Reese, huh? Oh, you guys don't know what I'm talking about.
I know who's Reese. I remember seeing Reese getting his ass whooped on Nitro by Goldberg. And you remember when Reese tried to interrupt that match with Billy Kid when Raven was fighting Goldberg for the WCW United States title? You know how Reese tried to get involved?
Yeah.
Reese.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
But the smart marks don't know it, Miguel.
Are you surprised?
The smart marks don't know who the hell is Reese.
Are you surprised that I knew who Reese was? Raven's Flock? Are you surprised that I know who
that was? Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Smart marks will surprise you. They're going to think, who's Reese? You know?
Reese.
Just like somebody asked me, who is the Can-Am Connection? When I definitely was talking to Cowboy Bob Orton, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, it's like some people ask me when I asked Bo Dallas about the Lancers and saying, who is the Lancers? Hello? They were at the WrestleMania 23 Hall of Fame. How could you not tell me that you don't know Jack Lanza?
Yeah. And oh yeah, and I would ask Raven, does he still hang out with anybody from Raven's flock? And will there ever be a Ravens flock
reunion?
Yeah,
I'm very interested. I would like a Ravens flock reunion too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know if he talks to Kidman, because, you know, Kidman was a former flock.
Yeah.
Saturn.
Perry Saturn was a
Lodi. Yeah.
I didn't know Perry
But he was the first one getting kicked out of the... He was the first one getting kicked out of the flock, remember?
I did not.
And then they made a story feud, you know?
I did not know that Perry Saturn was a flock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the television champion for the Ravens flock, but it was a kind of a joke that he lost it to Disco Inferno, which that was really not really.
Disco
I was
Inferno.
not cut out to have Disco Inferno and, you know, beating Saturn for the television champion, you know.
Did you like Disco Inferno and the NWO Wolfpack?
Hell no. I mean, Disco Inferno was a joke, dude. Honestly, dude.
He was entertaining. He had the most coolest dance moves ever.
That's the only thing I like about Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno, to me, I think he was more considered like an entertainer.
Yeah.
But he was not considered, you know, faction material.
Yeah.
Tag team material.
Well,
or championship material.
Well, at least with, what's his name, Alex Wright, at least with him, he's tag team material.
That was a good tag team.
Yes, they
because
were.
They were dancing, you know, you see Alex Wright dancing, and then you got Disco Inferno. Now, that was a very good storyline right there for both of them.
Yeah, that was a good combination.
Yeah, but putting him in the Wolfpack, you know what definitely messed up with Disco Inferno? The Wolfpack?
What's that?
That the Disco, you know, change a heel thing.
Yeah.
But no, he was still kept the whole dancing thing. That's the only thing I didn't dig about Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
He should have, like, deleted the gimmick and then act like some NWO tough guy with sunglasses, put some jeans on, don't pull promos, stay quiet or something, you know.
Yeah.
The gimmick should have been changed if he was going to join the Wolfpack, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that belongs to him.
I'm doing it.
But if people ask me, who do I pick between Fandango and Disco Inferno, I say Disco Inferno is my pick.
Yeah. Hey, but
Fandango sucks.
You see me?
But Dirty Dango and Impact, yeah.
Hey, remember this?
Dirty Dango and Impact? I do, yeah.
That's Alex Wright. Alex Wright.
Yeah, don't do this stupid thing.
Yeah.
Stupid people. Dirty Dango's good. He's very over in Impact.
Hey, you know,
remember, like Santino said, don't say his name.
It's a trademark.
It's not a trademark.
And,
did you like that promo?
Yes, it was funny. It was funny. That was awesome.
I was very surprised you couldn't find that promo anywhere, dude.
Yeah, and you had to send it to me.
I was so surprised you couldn't find it.
And I'm glad you did. And
that way people would
go. That's funny. Hey, but remember, I remember one match from Disco Inferno and Alex Wright where they got beat the crap out of by Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. What a way to do that. Yeah.
What a way to end the Disco Inferno dance and everything. But my pick will be Disco Inferno instead of Fandango. You know.
Mhm. Alex Wright and Disco Inferno.
I mean, to me, the Fandango gimmick, I don't know. I really wasn't feeling it. I didn't look too invested in it, and I'm looking at the stupid fans, like all into it. What do I see? And
it kind of got over.
I think when he went against Chris Jericho, I really don't think that Chris Jericho didn't want to push him.
Yeah.
Because in the interview, remember in the interview, Chris Jericho said this about Fandango, he goes, whatever the name it is, I know how to pronounce your name, man. But my question is, are you going to capitalize? You defeated me, the first upset of WrestleMania, he goes, you defeated me, but are you going to capitalize? Are you going to do what I did? I defeated Stone Cold and The Rock, the first undisputed, and I kept on bragging and capitalized. That's what you need to do. Now I'm going to ask you, he goes, are you going to capitalize?
Yeah.
Fandango failed to capitalize it.
Yep.
Because if that was the first upset, Fandango should at least talked about it, bragged it, and put himself over. Not over there acting like a dancer and calling out Naomi, calling out Cameron, calling out Stacy, calling out divas to dance with you and do the tango. You fucked yourself up right there, you know. So Fandango's dead, man.
Yeah.
Now you're Dirty Dango. Because it's not a trademark, like Santino says.
Yeah, it's not a trademark.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, no, Chris Jericho was right. Told him, are you gonna capitalize? Are you gonna continue bringing it up? You know.
And
I mean, isn't that the whole sub? You defeat John Miguel, I beat John Cena. Miguel, I beat John Cena.
Austin Theory is kind of doing that right now.
Yeah, and I hope he continues capitalizing that.
Yeah.
Because it didn't last long for AJ Styles. You know. So. Okay. Any other subject?
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's this one Bobby Heenan moment. I think we already talked about it, but it's worth saying it again because it's so funny.
Yeah.
There was a match between Doink the Clown and Marty Jannetty on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Fill me in on that one because I'm trying to remember which one that one was.
Doink was coming out. He goes under the ring, and then Vince was like, "Hey, what's Doink doing? He's going under that ring. We've seen stuff like this. We know he's trying to pull off." And then Bobby was like, "Oh, come on, Vince. There's nothing. I looked under the ring today. I'm telling you, there's nothing under there." "Oh yeah, why don't you tell me?" "What I know." I said, he was like, "Oh, you're lying." He was like, "Would I lie to you?" "Yeah, right." That's what he said. "Would I lie to you?" Oh, Bobby.
There's another one too from. Yeah, I remember when Doink the Clown was pulling promos on the Head Shrinkers and on Bastion Booger and on Bam Bam Bigelow, especially on Bastion Booger. He goes, "Bastion Booger, you are so fat and you are so ugly that you can't do nothing."
That was that promo at Survivor Series when he had Man on a Mission and the Bushwhackers teaming up. That's what his team going up against. Yeah, and they were all dressed up as the Doink makeup, and they were going up against Bastion Booger, Bam Bam Bigelow, and the Head Shrinkers.
Yeah. Oh my God, those guys got put over. That whole team won, you know that?
Yeah, they did. Well, Man on a Mission.
Team Bigelow against all Doinks.
Yeah. What did you think of Man on a Mission tag team?
To me, Man on a Mission was not a team that was supposed to be a threatened tag team. They were like more entertainers.
Yeah.
I mean, if I would fast forward to it, they would ask me, who would I pick, the Street Profits or Man on a Mission? I would pick the Profits. Because the Profits were more entertaining, but at the same time, in the ring, they were serious, you know.
And what you call, you know what, did you see Oscar for Man on a Mission at WrestleCon? I did.
No, he didn't show up.
I did see him at my WrestleCon. I did see him. I'm the only guy that went up to him, and he was surprised that I was the only guy that knew him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I asked him if he's still rapping, if he's still doing music, and he said, "Yeah, I'm still rapping, I'm still doing music." And he was like, and I was like, "Are you, well, he was like, I have an album coming out, I can't wait." "Okay, that's cool." And then I asked him, "When was the last time you talked to Mabel?" And he was like, "Mabel died." "Oh, I know that, but I've said, like, when was the last time you spoke to him before he passed away?" And he was like, "Oh, I spoke to him like a week before he passed away."
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to put him in the Hall of Fame because I found out that Mabel's wife is suing WWE for I have no idea. So they were asking if they were going to put, Big Daddy V in the Hall of Fame. They said no because Mabel's wife is suing WWE for, I have no idea what reason they're suing for, what she's suing for, so.
Yeah. I mean, I've always liked it Viscera. I've always liked it King Mabel. I mean, I like him better as King Mabel and Viscera. Big Daddy V, I didn't really like too much, but Viscera is actually talented for a guy at his size in the ring. If you actually watch his matches,
yeah. And do you remember when King Mabel was the king of the ring? Jeff Hardy had to definitely carry out King Mabel with other jobbers.
I think both
when they were making the entrance.
I think Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and Rhino had to carry him.
Yeah, that was the most heaviest king you had to carry, a 500-pound king, dude. I mean, you guys are lucky. These guys are talents, man. And you're lucky that the ramp was short, okay?
And I'm pretty sure that they got shoulder pain for a while for carrying him multiple times.
Yeah, you're carrying a $500 fat guy, you know. It's like big guy monster, a big monster, you know. So
yeah.
But here he goes. Here was another one. Here's another one that was a subject that I was trying to bring up too.
And the King Mabel wasn't all that bad. I mean, I like the storyline with him and Diesel, and I also like the storyline with him and the Undertaker. Is where Mo steals the urn and makes it to a necklace. Yeah,
that was a very good storyline.
Yeah, and then they fought at a casket match at In Your House, and then Undertaker came out victorious, and that was a fun storyline to watch between Mabel and Undertaker.
Yeah, that was a very good storyline too.
And remember that
there was another one.
And remember that he broke the Undertaker's face by doing the leg drop.
Yeah, because wear a mask like the Phantom of the Opera or something like.
Yeah, because at first the fan.
Well, he sold the maneuver.
Yeah, and at first he sold it. At first Mabel was at first he got fired. You know why? Because they said he was unsafe to work with because he was too heavy. He didn't really know how to control his body when he's in there with opponents. So that's why he left in his first run.
Yeah, they complained about him. Yeah, they complained that he was not a safe guy to work with. You know.
Yeah, and Undertaker he injured only 5 people, and I'm pretty sure Ahmed Johnson injured more people, and he's more of an asshole than Viscera was. I mean, they never said that Viscera was an asshole. They all said that mostly it was Ahmed Johnson, and Ahmed Johnson was 100 times worse than Viscera. At least Viscera wasn't an asshole. He just didn't know how to control his weight when he was in the ring.
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a meet and greet with Ahmed Johnson at the PCW meet and greet, which I have never shown up to a PCW event anyway, but Ahmed Johnson and the franchise Shane Douglas is going to be there, you know.
Are you going to go?
Interesting. Nah, it's going to be on a Friday, so I won't be available.
Ah, damn.
Because Jimmy texted me see if I wanted to show up for that one. And I told him, unfortunately, nah, I regret to tell you, but yeah, I got no coverage, you know, so.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know what? I even instigated, because, you know, David and I were having a talk about WrestleCon and all the surprises and everything.
Yeah.
I told him, hey, man, I think ever since I took a picture with the Berserker, then people started to get to notice. Oh, yeah, because the Berserker was slow, man. He wasn't getting any people. They didn't know who the hell he was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once after I had a meet and greet with the Berserker, then a lot of people were, like, coming in because he was going, us.
Yeah, I bet you. I'm pretty sure you made him happy, because I'm pretty sure you did that. And I mean, I approached it. I bought merchandise from him. Yeah, and I approached it people at WrestleCon that people were not in line for. Like I approached it Sin Cara, the Hunico, not the Mystico. I approached it Oscar from Man on a Mission. I approached it all the old school WWF guys that no one really knew.
Yeah, and I went against Matt Mask. You know the guy with the mask?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know who that was.
He was a Jim Crockett guy and a Bert Gagne guy. He was the original, one of the original, and the one that belt that he made me hold was the original NWA belt.
Oh,
you know?
Really?
So that's from Jim Crockett. You know, from Jim Crockett. So
I never watched.
And then the book that I bought from, it's he goes against the Junkyard Dog.
It's just that I've never watched those promotions. The Jim Crockett and the they're just too old for me. I'd never watched those before.
Yeah.
And the only all those guys that you mentioned that was in that territory, like Junkyard Dog, I only watched them in the WWF. I didn't watch them in those territories.
Yeah. That was before he went to WWF, Junkyard Dog. Yeah. And I told him to cover, wait a second, that's the JYD, right? Hall of Famer, the guy passed away? And he goes, yeah. I remember JYD. He did the body slam for me.
Yeah, and I've seen him, I've seen a few matches from JYD. I've seen one against King Kong Bundy. I've seen the one with Harley Race at WrestleMania 3. I've seen the one with him and Greg the Hammer Valentine. And I've seen one with...
Yeah, he got screwed in that match.
Yeah, he had a good battle with Greg the Hammer Valentine. Like, he had multiple matches against him.
Yeah, he had a very long feud with him, too.
Yeah.
And I was telling the Berserker, I didn't know that you trained at the Minnesota Academy with Demolition, the Road Warriors, Kurt Hennig, and Rick Rude. Wow, because he trained at the Minnesota Academy, dude.
Yeah.
John Nord is a Berserker.
Yeah. And the only thing that I knew, that I knew him for was having a feud with the Undertaker.
Yeah, and that sword, man, when he was gonna stab him.
Oh, I looked at that video the other day.
In a promo.
And what did Bobby Heenan say? He said that. Does he know how to pin or?
Yeah. No, it's like, okay, he comes in. He goes against a jobber in a debut. I remember. Mm-hmm. And he's still going that hush. Mm-hmm. And then it's like he gets thrown in the ring. Like, for example, I'm gonna use this guy. So this is the jobber. Oh, he's gonna do it again, Gorilla. Look at him. Back. So he throws him out of the ring, and then Bobby Heenan goes like back. He's dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
And then Gorilla looks at him and was like, "What's wrong with this guy? Why is he leaving it out there? Maybe he doesn't know how to pin a man."
Maybe he doesn't know how to pin a man. That's funny.
Because that's the way how the Berserker won his matches. Mm-hmm. Take an account out, taking them out of the ring. You got Bobby Heenan giving them a little embellishment going back.
Oh wait, I found it. The debut. I'm gonna watch that later. That's the match that you were telling. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna watch that one later.
Like, he doesn't know how to pin a man. But Gorilla saying, why is he leaving it out there? Maybe he doesn't know how to pin a man. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, he fought Virgil.
Yeah, even check him out at the Survivor Series 1991 when he was with Team Colonel Mustafa. Mm-hmm. It was Colonel Mustafa, Hercules, Skinner, and the Berserker going against Duggan's team.
Who was on Duggan's team?
Duggan's team was supposed to be Jim the Anvil Neidhart, but then Ric Flair injured him in a figure four, so Sergeant Slaughter took his place. It was supposed to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, but then he canceled out, and El Matador took his place, and then the Texas Tornado. So Duggan's team was Slaughter, Santana, and Kerry Barnerick, the Texas Tornado. Going against Colonel Mustafa's team, Hercules, Skinner, and the Berserker. Now, Hercules, he replaced somebody. He replaced the Bully. And the Bully didn't show up, so they put Hercules there.
Dang, how many people...
Hercules was not supposed to be at that match.
How many people were supposed to be?
I don't know if they all canceled out unless they got... Well, who knows? Maybe they didn't pass wellness policies, or maybe Vince fucking sent them home. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for the Anvil, when he didn't show up, and he had that figure four from Ric Flair, and then the Beverly Brothers made it worse, the Anvil sold it. So supposedly had a foundation. Mm-hmm. But if you watch the Survivor Series, 1991, Team Colonel Mustafa against Team Duggan, and you're going to see that it took 3 maneuvers to take out the Berserker, dude.
Mm-hmm. The Berserker.
I mean, something the Berserker was telling me that saying Vince wasn't really feeling him. No, Vince was worried that he was going to destroy the Undertaker because he kind of felt that the Berserker was a threat to the Undertaker. Like, he was going to, put the Undertaker lost in the shuffle when he feuded with the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. He told you that?
Because he and I believe him. Mm-hmm. Because if you observe the match with the Undertaker and the Berserker, and if you watch the Survivor Series 1991, dude, the Berserker can really freaking compete.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of like throws Sergeant Slaughter like flying, like he was like cruiserweight, dude. I mean, you need to see it yourself the way the Berserker was performing there, dude. That he was a competitor. But then after that, he said he went to New Japan. So he was at New Japan at that time.
Yeah.
And he did a World War III appearance in WCW.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he probably must have got over there, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they screwed him there because for some reason, when they hired WWF talent, WCW, they didn't really use him much. If you notice that.
And he only had one match against the Barbarian.
Yeah.
You know, and then he defeated the Barbarian. And then after that, after World War III, we didn't hear from him. They say he was at New Japan at that time. So.
And I'm honestly kind of jealous of you because you met Naomi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because David told me, and I was the third guy there. You know? Hey, David goes, look, Naomi's there. Okay, cool. You know? Naomi was very cool. She complimented my hair, so she put me over. I told everybody, Boss Globe put me over. They both like my hair. I go,
yeah. And what you call, did you approach everybody when you were there or no?
No, I was only for the people that I was planning. I was just passing everybody, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, two talents. I think a few talents were almost mingling with me. Buff Bagwell and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But I go, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, I already saw you, dude. I don't need to see you again, dude.
Yeah,
unless they were desperate people.
I took a picture with him last year, Brutus the Barber Beefcake at WrestleCon.
Yeah, and I did it at LA Fan Fest, so you know I had my moment with him.
Yeah, and me and him, he was asking where I was from, and I told him I'm from Florida. He said, "Oh, cool, I live in Tampa. What part of Florida you're from?" And I told him like in the Palm Beach area, and he was me and him, we were talking about Florida. We were talking about I didn't have a long conversation with him, but he was really cool. I like Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
You know, he's a very cool guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to approach him today because he wasn't part of my plan, you know?
Yeah.
But I will tell you this.
Wait, Buff Bagwell was money hungry?
What happened?
Buff Bagwell, you said he was money hungry?
I think so, because a lot of people wanted to approach it. Because remember, he recovered from rehab. So I think he's trying to, you know, resurrect his moment.
Yeah.
But I think after... Who was my last person? I'm trying to... after Sasha Banks... I was almost running out of money. I go, I mean, I couldn't get Buff Bagwell. No offense, dude. See you later.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to WrestleCon, I mean, I approached him, and I asked him, how is it like wrestling Sting? And he was like, I never wrestled Sting. And I said, really? You never wrestled Sting at all? And he was like, no.
He gave me a scorpion.
And I said, wait, what?
I would have said he gave me a scorpion, remember?
And and I was like, you don't remember wrestling him on a Thunder show or a WCW Saturday Night or a house show? You don't remember wrestling him at all in any of those places? And he was thinking about it. He was like, I was only in a tag match against Sting.
I remember he was part of the American Males, him and Scotty Riggs.
Scotty Riggs, I've only seen one match from them. It was against Harlem Heat. That was the only match that I've seen from them.
Yeah. They were just like pretty boys. They were like the Young Stallions 2.0.
Yeah.
That's how they turned out. But then after that, when Bagwell turned heel in NWO, then you know Riggs went to go join the Flock, and Buff Bagwell went to the NWO.
Yeah.
And Scotty Riggs goes to ECW using his real name, Scotty Anton. You know. I mean, if I would approach Bagwell, I would have asked him, are you going to have American Male reunion, you and Scotty Riggs? Clap on. Clap on. That's how Scotty Riggs used to do it, ECW.
Yeah.
Scotty Anton. Clap on. The clapper.
I didn't even know he was in ECW, Scotty Riggs.
Yeah, Scotty Anton.
Oh, I only knew the only thing I knew about Scotty Riggs was him being part of Raven's Flock and him being in part of the American Males with Marcus Bagwell.
Yeah. Yeah. But then he went to ECW, you know, left WCW and went to ECW. And supposedly he was supposed to have a feud with Mike Awesome, but that never happened until Vince McMahon bought ECW. And I don't think that Scotty Anton or Scotty Riggs continue to be in WWE, so he probably said, fuck it, I'm leaving, you know?
Yeah.
ECW's out of business, you know?
Uh-huh. But did you, but yeah, so at WrestleCon, did you see Summer Rae?
I skipped her.
Yeah, a lot of people were not approaching her table when she was there.
And honestly, I could have seen her at the Wrestling Guy store, but the problem is that she texted David on the last minute, and on the last minute, David posted it, and it was on a Friday, and I'm like, David, I go, regretfully, I'm not going to show up, but have fun out there, but I will show up for Jasmine, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, my Jasmine plan was a no-brainer guarantee plan because David posted that in December.
Yeah.
That, you know, Jasmine was going to make an appearance, you know, in January. So, in general, I was so invested in her, but not Summer Rae, you know.
Yeah. Jasmine.
But the horny brats were there. The horny brats were there, and the morons were there. So
I can imagine they were probably masturbating inside the bathroom over that.
Well, between you and me, David was telling me about the gay fan Sarayan. He was telling me that Sarayan wants to sleep with David. Does he know you're a married man? But you know what? I'm not gonna go there for him because otherwise, if his name is mentioned in this subject, don't make me go Rick Steiner on him, okay? So
oh my
please
God,
don't get him off the subject, please. You know?
Yeah.
Because in general, here's the thing about him. To make you very clear with him, I don't got anything against his gender thing.
Yeah.
But the guy, I don't trust him, and he's just very immature. You know?
Yeah.
And I have gay friends, and they're very cool. But like saying, if I would introduce my gay friends to him, they probably would not like him, you know, because of the performance, you know.
Oh, we got a comment here.
Gay thing. Mm-hmm.
It says, "What was the worst year for the Undertaker in WWE?" Where the hell you been at, Ryan? Worst year for the Undertaker in the WWE.
When he had a back injury at WrestleMania 2000, we didn't hear from him for a year. Remember?
Yeah.
He didn't show up at WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, he wasn't there at WrestleMania 2000.
So there was no Undertaker in a year. You know.
Then he came back in a great style way. The American Badass.
You know what? Not only that, I would have to think. You know what? I would assume WrestleMania 11. Because he did not have a good match with King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania 11. That match, if you observe it, Miguel, it was about probably less than 10 minutes, that match.
Yeah, and he beat him. I've seen that match. He beat him with the flying clothesline from the ropes. He just ran to the ropes and then boom. That's that.
Yeah, I mean, can that be considered like a squash match, you think?
No, because, well, a squash match is when you had no offense at all in the match. That's what a squash match means. Like, you just beat the guy down with that guy having no offense at all.
Yeah. Because it seems like not even The Undertaker didn't look too, you know,
I mean,
like too into it or something.
I wouldn't say 1995 was the worst Undertaker. I can't think of a bad Undertaker. I mean, I loved him in any year. I can't think of a bad Undertaker. That's a good question, Ryan.
He hasn't had a worse day, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a very good feud with Yokozuna, but I kind of wanted Yokozuna to be part of the streak, but the Survivor Series was a very good storyline to put him in a casket match and with a special guest referee, Chuck Norris, you know?
Yeah. And
I was very surprised that he did not put Chuck Norris in the Hall of Fame in Texas. You know,
yeah, that would have been cool.
Texas,
yeah.
And, you know, he would always come on that program called Texas Rainwalker.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that they didn't give him the celebrity wing there, you know.
But
or Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, when Randy RKO'd him, and when Sheamus speared him in the table. Which he sold it. You know?
But.
So I'm very surprised at
that. But. I was gonna say that. Well, I was still thinking about that whole Undertaker worst year thing. I don't think there was ever a bad Undertaker. The worst year.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I love them. You know the purple Undertaker? The one with the purple outfit? That's my favorite version of the Undertaker.
What about the Undertaker versus the Undertaker SummerSlam? What do you think of that match?
Oh, that was a horrible match. That was a horrible. It was DiBiase.
So is that considered maybe one of his worst career feud, you think?
No, not
Undertaker versus Undertaker.
The storyline wasn't bad. It's just the match was horrible. I mean, I did enjoy the storyline. I did like the build. There's a difference between match and storyline. You get what I'm saying? Storyline is what's the whole feud and beef is all about. The match itself, which is what they're doing in the ring.
Yeah.
So the match was bad, but the storyline was good. It was DiBiase's Undertaker, and and it was the real Undertaker going at it. Yeah. So that was an interesting feud. It's just that I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say that the storyline was horrible. It was just the match itself was horrible.
I think the funniest match that I saw The Undertaker is the American match when The Undertaker went against the Dudleys in a handicap match.
Oh, Lord.
Saving Paul Bearer.
Yeah, Paul Bearer was inside that concrete.
Paul Heyman's promo was funny. Undertaker, if he doesn't want nothing to happen to Paul Bearer, Undertaker will do the right thing.
Yeah.
Nothing that happens to him, he goes, The Undertaker, everybody, will do the right thing. That's The Undertaker. He will do the right thing. And Michael goes like, okay, what is the right thing? But The Undertaker will do the right thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Undertaker, do the right thing. That promo was what? The right thing.
I remember that whole feud with the Dudleys and I remember that, watching that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that promo was funny.
Yeah.
The Undertaker will do the right thing.
What's the right thing? And I got another comment here. Worst John Cena rivalry in WWE history.
Alright, John Cena worst rivalry would have to be...
I would probably say Alberto Del Rio.
Oh yeah, that was horrible, man.
Yeah, I would probably... And having Alberto Del Rio beat John Cena, I wasn't really too crazy about that. They were trying to get him over, but they just couldn't. I guess Del Rio didn't really connect with the WWE audience.
Yeah, and another thing is, neither did John Cena, because remember when Alberto Del Rio pinned him, loses the United States belt, and then you see John Cena just bounced and split, just like that. He didn't do it like the way he did it with AJ Styles. Okay, he loses to AJ Styles, and then John Cena just takes up, his wristband and, puts it in the center of the ring. He goes.
Yeah.
With Alberto Del Rio, he didn't do it that way. He just got the pin and walked down. It's like, fuck, I'm not invested in this guy. Which neither was I. But I think it evidently that it was the worst match. And John Cena, it looked like he probably was not too invested in him either. Yeah. I never was invested in Alberto Del Rio. The only thing that put Alberto over was his personal ring announcer, and that was about it.
Yeah. Were you guys, here's another comment, were you guys a fan of Randy Orton's babyface run in 2004 through 2005? Wait, but he wasn't I don't know how long he was a babyface. The only thing I remember about his babyface run was when Evolution turned on him, and then he was doing a cool babyface moment was when when Triple H was trying to tell him, when he spit at Triple H. That was the only thing I remember about his babyface run.
Yeah, and then I was afraid that he was just gonna lose his style of it. That I go, no, go back to heel, man. Go back to heel.
Yeah.
Babyface is not meant for you, dude.
Nah,
you know, as the Viper, legend killer, that is so Randy Orton, dude. And that's probably by the time hopefully, whenever Randy Orton gets clear, I don't know the feud of the RK Bro, when's that going to begin, you know, that breakup.
Probably never.
You know.
It probably won't. It probably wouldn't be, probably never. Honestly, at this point, I don't care if it happens now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. The question is, how much any details that you heard about Randy, if he's medically clear or not? What you hear so far about Randy?
I have not heard anything in a while. A lot of people are saying that he's going to show up at WrestleMania, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So yeah.
And not to confirm in general.
Yeah.
You know. So, all right, then another one too. Any other worst matches? Oh yeah, and I don't think any company wants nothing to do with Alberto Del Rio or Alberto El Retard or Alberto El Patron, whatever his damn.
I mean, the only company that's gonna hire him is AAA.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
But Impact, New Japan, Tony Khan doesn't want him. Especially Tony Khan's not gonna want him now that he hires Saraya, dude. That ain't happening.
Well, let me see what he's doing these days. I think he's still on the independents, but I don't know if he's still wrestling. Let me see what he's doing these days, Alberto Del Rio.
Well, he's been removed on meet and greets now too. Ain't nobody taking risk of bringing him on meet and greets either.
He just fought Carlito recently, 2 months ago at an indie show.
That could be. Indies probably can be very well open, you know.
Yeah.
It depends which kind of indie promotion which indie promotion is talking is.
And they say that he wants to come back to WWE, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
No, I personally would not bring him back.
Me neither.
I mean, Paul Levesque probably would say no to Vince. He said, you know what, I may be an idiot with you, and you're a prick, Vince, but I don't want Alberto Del Rio to return. You know. I mean, honestly, I have not seen Alberto resurrect, and I haven't seen him apologize. So, if you want to be in open doors, what I experienced at WrestleCon, what Tessa Blanchard has done, what Ryback has done, and what Scott Steiner's done, do what they do. Apologize and get some help, just like the way they're doing it. It's the only reason why I've been having meet and greets with them, you know?
Yeah.
Look at X-Pac. He went to counseling, and people were out there approaching X-Pac. Remember when he hit China?
Yeah.
You know? Look at Sammy Guevara. I know he was talking a lot of shit, but look, he got some help, and he apologized, you know? They even gave him a rehab thing, you know?
Yes, he did. And I'm just looking right here.
Alberto Del Rio's not doing that. I don't see any movement in Alberto El Patron or Alberto Retard. You're not doing that, so...
Yeah, Alberto Del Retard.
Want something?
Yeah, he's still in...
man.
Yeah, he's still in the indies. He's still wrestling in the indies.
And you're right, AAA will be the only open door for him there, you know.
Yeah. So, yep, and Alberto Del Rio. I was never too much of a fan of him, even when he was in WWE. And do you feel that they pushed him way too soon? Maybe that's why I wasn't a fan of him. Yeah.
Way too soon, way too fast, and I think they did it because of the benefit of his uncle. Because remember, he was privileged to induct his uncle Mil Máscaras for the Hall of Fame. So I think by him having that reference, they thought a handout was going to a push and a handout was going to be given to him. But
yeah, and what you call Mil Máscaras, bro? Let me tell you about Mil Máscaras, since I'm a Mexican wrestling fan. Dude, no, I have not. But one thing I can tell you about Mil Máscaras, that guy was a star in Mexico. He was the first ever Mexican to wrestle in Japan. He was the first ever Mexican to wrestle at Madison Square Garden. And he was just super over. Like, he was in movies. Like, he was sort of like the Rock and Hulk Hogan of Mexico. And he was and he was super over, dude. And when I was in Mexico a couple of years ago at the airports and all around the public, they were selling his mask everywhere.
Yeah,
and he
had a variety of mask designs, you know?
Yeah, he had a lot of mask designs. And you know what's funny? Here's one of my favorite moments from. Here's another male mascotist funny moment that I want to tell you about. There was a one time where at Madison Square Garden they were about to open his mask. People are getting their cameras out and ready, and guess what? They open it. There's another mask there. There's another.
He was taken, and you see a blue mask to a red mask, a green mask to a yellow mask, or something like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Those were the clips that he would pull on. And I feel like Rey Mysterio has continued the tradition of male mascaras, because you have Rey Mysterio with a variety of designs of different masks. But he said it because he said that Mil Máscaras was his hero. He grew up watching him.
Yes,
So he wanted to see if he would have got the honor of, of continuing the tradition of having, Mil Máscaras himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mil Máscaras was a very talented wrestler, and you know what the problem is? A lot of wrestlers. He had a lot of heat on a lot of wrestlers. Like Mick Foley doesn't get along with him. Mick Foley said that.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Said that Mick Foley said he doesn't sell for your moves.
Out of the ring and into hell itself.
And
he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Mick, but he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. Like, he was an icon in Mexico as well, in Mexican wrestling.
So.
And Mil Máscaras only wrestled in the WWF like around the early 80s and the late 70s. Like he was having matches against superstar Billy Graham. That's the only time that he ever wrestled in the WWF.
Yeah.
And he did make a Royal Rumble appearance. Remember 1997 Royal Rumble?
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, he did make that once appearance.
Is that one that Stone Cold won?
Yeah, the one he won, because I think he won like 3 of them too.
Yeah, and that was that.
I mean, Steve,
where Bret Hart tossed him out of the ring, and Bret Hart tosses him out of the ring, and the referees didn't see that Stone Cold was out of the ring, but Stone Cold came back in the ring and eliminated Bret, and then Bret got so pissed when Stone Cold won, and after the match he started beating the shit out of Stone Cold.
This is like before the Montreal Screwjob,
Mm-hmm.
Like Vince would say, Bret, screw Bret. In that interview. I didn't screw him. Shawn Michaels didn't screw him. The audience didn't screw him. The word is Bret, screw Bret.
Yep.
That was the whole thing when he was in WCW. I just felt like WCW did not know what to do with him. I mean, yeah, he got title shots. He main evented. He was given airtime, but okay, then what?
Yeah.
I mean, Bishop, I think the only reason why he got him because he wanted to accumulate Canadian fans to tune into WCW. That's why he was making. Bishop was like pulling promos of it and waving the Canadian flag that a Canadian talent was coming into WCW.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that was the case because they already had Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan was big in Japan. Not Japan, Canada.
Yeah. And then, if you remember, Eric Bischoff or Ted Turner paid him $7.2 million on his contract. And even Bret Hart admitted it, that WCW paid him a lot of money.
Yeah. But here's one thing. Here's one thing I probably never asked you. Do you think that Bret screwed Bret? Do you understand why Vince was doing this? Because Vince wanted to protect his entire company. It had nothing to do with trusting Bret. He didn't trust Eric Bischoff. That's what Vince Russo said. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I say Vince screwed him in general way because I don't think these two, Vince and Bret failed to sit down and make an agreement. Like if Vince wanted to give Bret what he wanted, or Bret Hart was going to be laying the cards on him, hey, you going to give me what I want or what? But Bret Hart never said that that he was not going to lose the title and not take it somewhere else. He said, okay, we're going to have a little squash match here, and then Monday Night Raw, I will relinquish the title, and that's it. And I think Vince was so against that. Vince was very against it, you know.
Yeah. Well, the reason why he wanted to do that because he didn't want to put over Shawn Michaels. Like, him and Shawn always had beef, and he didn't want to do it because of Shawn Michaels. And what you call, he wanted to, like, bro, there could have been so many guys that Brett wouldn't have a problem putting over. Why not book him against freaking Ken Shamrock? Yeah, like, Ken Shamrock would have been a perfect choice, and then have Shamrock eventually lose to Shawn or The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
But honestly, in general, Vince just, Vince just had a hard-on for Shawn, you know.
Yes, he did.
And since that push happened, Shawn felt very bulletproof for being under Vince's wing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Shawn did everything, dude. He even was out there humping Sonny out while Sonny's husband Skip was out there doing matches and shit like that, dude.
You mean Chris? Who's Skip?
That was the name of Chris. I mean Skip. You know, he went that gimmick called Skip, the Body Donis.
Oh, I didn't know that was his name on the Body Donis.
Yeah, in the gimmick, Skip. So of course it's not his trademark, but Chris is real. That's his real name. But then he was called as Skip, you know, from the Body Donis.
Yeah.
You know.
And what you call?
So honestly, at the same time.
Oh, and Sonny said that both Chris and Shawn hated each other.
Yeah, because I mean, at the same time, you know, Skip probably must have noticed it and said, "Fuck, man, you're humping my girlfriend" or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think probably must have disappointed him that, like I said, Shawn was bulletproof, so he was getting away with a lot of shit, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there was also a rumor that they said that Shawn was Vince's boy toy. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure at that time Shawn did a lot of freaking cheating going on, dude. Since WrestleMania 10 for the Intercontinental Championship, then remember he failed a wellness policy there. Before WrestleMania 10, he failed a wellness policy. Mm-hmm. And that's why the ladder match with him and Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, was invented.
Yeah.
To put, because according to Shawn Michaels, he said he never lost the belt. So he ended up bringing his bogus belt. And like the way Todd Pettengill was promoting that match, they were saying, WrestleMania 10, Razor Ramon will put up his Intercontinental Champion against Shawn Michaels' bogus belt. Razor Ramon's belt against Shawn Michaels' bogus belt.
Yeah. Remember what Shawn said in a promo? He said that we got some guy who looks like he combed his hair with a pork chop. He straps a gold belt around his waist and has the nerves to call himself the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Yo, boy.
Feel the click.
And then he says, yo, boy toy. You say you're the real champ? I said I am. They're gonna send them high above the ring, Chico. A steel ladder down the aisle. Then history was made.
Intercontinental Champion match at WrestleMania of all time, it's gotta be the Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels ladder match. I thought that Gunther and Drew and Sheamus was going to definitely beat that record, but the Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon still remains the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Well, in my opinion, I think Steamboat and Savage.
Steamboat and Macho Man?
Yeah.
And Savage?
Yeah.
It's still the best match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it has to be between Steamboat versus Macho Man, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, and then the triple threat with Drew, Gunther, and Smith.
Yeah.
Pretty good Intercontinental Champion WrestleMania that sold the show.
Yes, it did. Oh crap! Drop my mic. Yep. Right here. Hold on, wait. Let me sit back up. I got it. Okay. I'm back. Like I was saying, yeah, Steamboat and Savage, that's the best Intercontinental Championship match of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I agree with you with that one, and I agree that WrestleMania 10 was like the second, and then the Gunther was probably third. I'm trying to figure out of another one, but I think those are the best Intercontinental Champion feuds that I've seen, you know.
But are we naming ones only at WrestleMania or any other pay-per-view?
No, WrestleMania in general.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I was going to say, if you want to talk about other pay-per-views, I would say SummerSlam 88, I think. It was Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart.
For SummerSlam, yeah, that was the best Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, and I also liked the Rick Rude versus Ultimate Warrior match with the steel cage match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah. And I also liked the British Bulldog versus Bret Hart SummerSlam 92.
That was a good Intercontinental Champion too, and it was very predictable that it was in the UK because it was the Bulldog's hometown. So that turned out to be the main event. Yeah. You know, their British hero or something.
Mhm. And I also liked the one with Jeff Jarrett and Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 11.
Wasn't that the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, that was at.
If I'm mistaken.
It was at both Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 11. But the one at Royal Rumble was better than the one at WrestleMania 11.
Oh, I gotta review that one.
Yeah,
Jeff Jarrett. I remember the Royal Rumble.
Jeff Jarrett and Razor Ramon had a good feud in the WWF for the Intercontinental title at both Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 11.
Yeah.
I also like my other favorite Intercontinental Championship match was the one with Jeff Jarrett and Shawn Michaels. I think it was In Your House. I can't remember which In Your House.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You gotta switch team music. I remember that one.
Yeah, and I also remember the match with what else Intercontinental title match I liked it. The Rock versus Triple H SummerSlam 98.
Ladder match, right?
Yep.
The Rock and Triple H, the ladder match, first ladder match.
Uh-huh.
I think for The Rock, that was the first and last ladder match that he would have, you know? For The Rock.
I think so, yeah.
First and his last one. I haven't seen any other ladder matches with The Rock, but I think that was his only one.
Mm-hmm. And what else was a good Intercontinental Championship match? Oh, I've seen the one with with Randy Savage and the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
I can't remember what pay-per-view.
That was a good one. My question, speaking of the Honky Tonk Man, will Gunther make it to the record in August?
Probably, but Gunther's record... I mean, Gunther's not a great Intercontinental Champion. He's a decent Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Because think about it. He's not really building any promos or making... He's not really cutting promos. That's my problem with Gunther about his title defenses. He's not really cutting promos. That's my only problem with it.
The question is, when this begins, you think Vince is going to be invested in him? If he takes any charge for it? I mean, Triple H is invested in Gunther, but I don't know how much Vince is invested in him.
I have no idea.
It's going to be very interesting. Mm-hmm. Before the record of the Honky Tonk Man breaks up.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. I just want to wait to see if Vince is definitely going to invest in him.
I never thought that Intercontinental title run was going to be broken.
And the Honky Tonk Man, so far, it still stands.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
And let's see. I also like the Intercontinental title match with... let me think of another classic Intercontinental Champion match. Oh, it was Triple H versus Jeff Hardy on SmackDown.
Yeah, remember that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, and I also like the one with Chris Benoit and Rikishi.
That was a good match. And Rikishi and Val Venus. Remember when Rikishi went up to the top rope like Superfly?
Yeah.
And he squashed on Val Venus?
Oh, man. Oh, shit. That was nasty.
He tried to do what his uncle did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
speaking of Val Venus, he not a lot of people acknowledged him at the WrestleCon.
I think I know why. Because he's been saying a lot of stuff lately, but if I ever meet him, I would actually, if I ever get the Oval Intercontinental Champion, I would let him sign it, to be honest with you.
In my pick, they asked me, who do you pick, Rick Rude or Val Venus? I pick Rick Rude.
Well, the difference between Rick Rude and Val Venus is this. At least Val Venus slept with women. Rick Rude, he just kisses them, but what you call sleeps with women? Val Venus? So it's kind of hard. And
well, the thing is, Rick Rude put a lot of charisma, style, image on, to be the sexiest man alive.
Yeah.
And Val Venus was a bit more similar because you had Rick Rude with the bathrobe.
Yeah.
And Val Venus with the towel.
Uh-huh.
So at least they both changed it up a bit, They made it similar, but at least Val Venus changed it a little bit, not saying that he's a copycat to Rick Rude, you know what I mean? But the styles were similar,
Yeah. And what else Intercontinental title match I can think of?
Brutus and the Honky Tonk Man, you think that was a good match? Even though that it was a disqualification?
Yeah, that was WrestleMania 4. That was more.
Well, Peggy Sue woke him up with the water.
Yeah, and that was more of an entertainment type feud. And then I remember Brutus put Honky in the sleeper hole and made him fall asleep when Jimmy Hart was interrupting. And then Peggy Sue came into the ring and poured water on the Honky Tonk Man and got up, and then it was a count out. And then, well, actually, it was a disqualification, but unfortunately, on a disqualification, you
because the referee got knocked out.
Yeah.
The referee got taken out, that's why.
Yeah. And
but it was a close match.
Yeah. And I also liked
that was a close match.
Intercontinental title match with Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, and Chris Benoit. Remember WrestleMania 2000?
Yeah.
I also like that.
That whole Chris Jericho and Benoit and Kurt Angle, that put Kurt Angle over because Kurt Angle never got pinned for the Eurocontinental Champion.
Yeah.
That's what he calls it, the Eurocontinental Champion.
Yeah, he was. So, but the first
even though he blamed Bob Backlund for that.
Yeah.
He blamed Bob Backlund for it. Remember that?
Yeah. And I also liked the ladder match.
But he never got pinned.
Royal Rumble 2001 with Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like that.
It is hard, I think, for WWE in general of them not bringing too many subjects of Chris Benoit. I don't know why, but I mean, I know it could be disturbing and annoying,
Yeah.
But WWE sometimes has to admit how many legends pay the way,
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm trying to think of more that I can think of.
But I do believe that. But you know what? I do believe that he'll never go to the Hall of Fame due to the circumstances, that he's gone.
Like, that kind of eclipsed his legacy. Like, what he did kind of eclipsed his legacy. And another Intercontinental title match I would like to bring up is the one with, damn, I just had it in my head.
Kofi Kingston and Ziggler, you think?
That's a good one. That's a good one. That was a good one. And I also liked the one with
2010.
I also like the one with the Miz and Finn Balor. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I like the one with the Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins.
And Ziggler.
And Seth Rollins.
They were in SmackDown.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. And Ziggler and Miz when they were both at SmackDown.
Yep. And remember the one with what else Intercontinental title matches I can think of? Oh, Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that was a very good Intercontinental Champion match.
Yeah, and
another one, Mr. Perfect versus Shawn Michaels SummerSlam.
I don't think I've seen that.
It was SummerSlam, and it was Mr. Perfect going for the three-peat, which the three-peat was never succeeded because Kevin Nash was still the bodyguard of Shawn Michaels that day.
Yeah. Or what about the one? Oh, I don't think the title was on the line for this one. Remember Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton Backlash 2004? Was the title on the line for that one or no?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
It was just a feud, but no championships involved.
Oh, I thought the championship was involved. Let's see. Remember Chris Jericho versus Christian, the ladder match, Unforgiven 2004, I think.
Oh yeah, and another good Intercontinental champion, Jeff Hardy and RVD for the hardcore for a ladder match. Hardcore ladder.
I remember that one.
Remember that? Jeff Hardy, RVD.
Jeff?
Hardcore ladder match.
On him. That was nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he really sold it.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think he has to sell it. I know that it hurts like hell when he went through it.
Yeah. You know, I mean, RVD was a hell of a good Intercontinental champion.
Oh, remember the one?
Kane.
Oh, go ahead.
Kane was not a good Intercontinental champion.
Yeah,
Kane was a horrible It didn't go with him.
Yeah, I didn't really go with him. But if I had to pick the worst Intercontinental champion of all time, it's not Kane. It's
A-Train.
No.
Albert was worse.
Well, Albert would be in that conversation, but I think the worst one is Santino Marella.
Oh yeah, the way he pulled it off, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, he didn't capitalize it. He didn't give it any meaning of it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, nothing against Santino, but he was not Intercontinental champion material.
Yeah, he was more of a too much of an entertainment type guy.
Yeah. I mean, the farthest he could have gone would have been tag team. Mm-hmm. Because Vladimir put him over. Oh yeah, we can't say your name. Sorry, Santino. It's not a trademark.
And I also remember the Intercontinental title match with Goldust and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, that didn't even go through, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is not too acknowledged about. I mean, I know it's in the record, but I don't know, it doesn't get too acknowledged a lot. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about anybody, but I don't really hear it too much that they acknowledge that fight a lot.
And I also like the one with Razor Ramon versus Goldust. I think it was Royal Rumble 96.
Yeah, and then the 1, 2, 3 kid interfered in that match.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really. The match was like a fuckery. So you know, Dustin just took. He just like took a chance and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Jericho has some pretty good matches in Intercontinental Champion matches. I know that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I'm trying to recall which matches that Jericho had. You know, that they were good Intercontinental Champion matches.
Have you ever seen the one with Randy Savage versus Tito Santana?
Oh yeah. He said Tito Santana said he had like a year feud with him. I think.
Yeah.
Like with Valentine, the feud was 2 years, but I think with Randy Savage was a year or something. Well, he said at that time there were more longer feuds at that time comparing to now. The feuds are not longer this year. I mean, at this generation time, but at the Tito Santana generation, the feuds were a lot longer with your opponents. You know.
Yeah. And what else match did I?
I mean, how do you picture yourself at this time of the generation for talents having longer feuds? I mean, if the story makes sense, I'll accept it. But if they're not, if the story's not capitalized, then I'll complain. What do you think?
Yeah, I noticed that not a lot of. The only person today that's ever had longer feuds was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. That's it. But everybody else, not really.
Yeah, but you remember when Brock and Roman had these feuds? People were like 50-50 on balance, cheering it and booing it. Cheering it and booing it because they were not capitalizing their stories. You had the fans saying, "Oh, Brock, destroy Roman," and then you just make Roman bleed, you know.
Oh,
and then people were cheering that shit.
Yeah, because they were trying to make Roman the top babyface, but they failed at doing that. Just that the fans didn't get into him as a babyface; they rather see him as a heel, and it worked out.
Yeah, and the thing is, either at that time, even after that match, they say that Brock Lesnar was not too happy to. he throws the Universal Champion to Vince McMahon's face.
Oh, I remember
It's like,
that.
yo, fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. This didn't work, man. It's like, figure it out. He told him, you know.
And did you ever see the one with Jeff Hardy and Sami Zayn on SmackDown?
Yeah, it was. If Jeff Hardy was still around, I think he would have had some good feuds with Sammy.
Yeah, I wish Jeff Hardy stick with the WWE. I wanted him to retire with the WWE, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. And
yeah,
I mean,
he's getting some help. He's getting straight, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he has to focus on.
Yeah.
I think his last hardcore match was with Darby Allin, and that's it, dude.
That match was brutal. And
well, you're being told not to take a bump, so don't take a bump, you know.
And I'm gonna miss playing as Jeff in the 2K games. Well, at least I still got 2K23, so if I ever want to play as Jeff Hardy, I got that.
I don't know if the AEW video game is gonna include the Hardys in it, you know, or if they'll include Jeff
Probably
on it.
not.
I'm very interested when this game gets released, you know.
Yeah, same. And I'm gonna get it, and you're gonna see it here on this YouTube channel, people.
Kenny Omega, all those other people.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be playing as Kenny Omega. I'm gonna be playing mostly as Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, MJF, those guys.
Stark.
I guess Ricky Starks, yeah, and Pentagon and Phoenix.
I feel like, yeah, speaking of Starks, I'm hoping that Jimmy's World Order might bring Starks. I think that's his next meet and greet subject at Jimmy's World Order.
Oh, nice.
Well, the difference between Jimmy and the Wrestling Guy Store, definitely Jimmy brings a lot of AEW guys. I don't know how connected he is with them, but he brings a lot of AEW talents.
Yeah.
And WWF talent. With David, it's more ex-WWE guys in general. And he's now been bringing a lot of Impact people now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be from Slash, WWE, and Impact. And now he's bringing indie darlings to help him out, too, as well. And Lucha Underground talents as well.
Lucha.
And NWA talents.
Like, which type of Lucha Underground talents he's bringing in?
Isaiah Sword, remember, he was in Lucha Underground.
Yes, he was. He had, like, that black mask, and I can't remember what the character was called in that one.
Yeah. And then Johnny Mundo, or Johnny Elite, or Johnny Nitro, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another Intercontinental
Vampiro
title match. Remember Jeff Hardy versus Johnny Nitro on Raw?
Yeah, that was a good match.
Yes, it was.
That was in the cage, remember?
No, it was a ladder match.
That was hardcore. Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was hardcore.
I don't remember.
I mean, that's still...
I don't remember a cage match between Johnny Nitro and Jeff Hardy. The only cage match that I really remember was the one with Jeff Hardy and Umaga.
Mm-hmm.
And that really put Jeff Hardy over.
Speaking of that, he had a triple threat. Umaga, remember? He defended against Carlito and Kennedy. SummerSlam in Toronto. Even though that time when the King was bitching him out that Toronto had a bizarre crowd.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, that's why I ended up talking that match.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think of other Intercontinental Champion matches that definitely must have taken place.
Eddie Guerrero versus Rob Van Dam on Raw. Remember that one?
Yeah. Battle of the Frog Splashes.
Yep.
Who can do a better frog splash, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was one.
Yep.
And
let's see what else we got.
There's another. Trying to figure out another one. There's just so many damn matches I know that in our heads that definitely come out.
I forgot that.
Like I said,
I forgot that.
You would have to.
Hold on, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh, I forgot that Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels had a rematch. It was a ladder match for the Intercontinental Champion, SummerSlam. That one was pretty good too.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon made that decision.
Yep.
To do a ladder match to finish up the feud.
Yep. And What else was a good Intercontinental Championship match? Damn,
there's too many on the sub of that, but I know they'll pop on in our heads anytime soon.
Oh, Diesel versus Razor Ramon on Superstars. That was a short match, but
yeah,
that was a cool win for Diesel.
He became Intercontinental champion.
Yep.
He became Intercontinental champion in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got it back. Let's see the other matches. Now, the Road Dogg really did not look like Intercontinental Championship material when he became Intercontinental champion.
I mean,
you know,
but he sucked as an Intercontinental champion. I will agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Tag team material, he did pretty well on his promos, him and Billy Gunn.
Yeah, what do you think about Billy Gunn being Intercontinental champion?
He would have been good, but you know what? They really didn't capitalize him and work him.
Yeah.
Because the gimmick, the one, wasn't too over, and that's why it was cut so short, that match.
Yeah.
Because remember, Billy Gunn, the one, defeated Eddie Guerrero when Latino Heat broke up with China.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who did Billy Gunn lose it to after he defeated Eddie. I
don't recall either.
Possible if it's in my head, maybe Benoit, maybe, but it could be somebody else.
Hey, but who did the Godfather beat for the Intercontinental champion?
Wow, that's so much Peacock to watch to see about that Intercontinental champion.
I think it was Goldust.
How many times Goldust lost it to Ahmed Johnson, remember, King of the Ring?
Yeah,
that was a very fast match anyway.
Yeah, Goldust won the belt 3 times, and he won the first time against Razor. I can't remember who he lost it to the second time. No, I think it was Triple H when he was under Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time he lost it.
Yeah, he did have people back.
And then he won it back from.
But you can go.
I can't remember who his second time who he won it back from. Yeah.
But if you picture it by looking at Ahmed Johnson as an Intercontinental champion, I think he probably, if he wouldn't have had that injury,
yeah,
I really wouldn't think that Ahmed would have capitalized on that belt, even though that his Intercontinental championship run was cut short.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have had that injury, I really don't think Ahmed would not capitalize on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just too dominant, you know.
What did you think of Rey Mysterio's Intercontinental champion run? Remember WrestleMania 25?
I was really...
Yeah.
Oh, with JBL?
Yeah, WrestleMania 25 against JBL. He beat JBL for the Intercontinental champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, I was happy, but at the same time, it wasn't too capitalized on them, you know.
Yeah.
Or unless the match was too predictable that JBL's contract expired and he just, you know,
no, I think
JBL just wanted to take the pin for a fight, you know.
And he wanted to retire.
Remember, his contract was up.
And he wanted to retire because, remember, he never got back in the ring after that.
Yeah, and do you consider that one like a squash match or some kind of filler match or something on that one?
Probably, yeah. And JBL, his Intercontinental champion, I don't even remember who he won it from.
That's a good question because I forget that he was Intercontinental champion. That's one thing.
Yeah, and I forgot.
He didn't even by looking at it. By looking at it, he didn't even capitalize it either. You know, he just had it like, oh, I became Intercontinental champion, almost like Roman. When Roman had,
and I think
when he had the United States belt.
Yeah, he didn't give that importance either.
Roman never gave any importance to the mid-card belts.
Yeah, he didn't
at all.
Yeah, like he won the United States title from Rusev. That's all I remember from it. And well, I ain't gonna lie, the storyline with Rusev, the only good moment of that was the wedding when when what you call Roman uppercuts Rusev and then runs Lana into the cake. That's the only good thing about that storyline.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't think that Vince was not too invested in Rusev at all. Because when Rusev went against John Cena, all the fans were out there bitching and moaning that John Cena destroyed Rusev.
Yeah.
And then the other subject was that they ended up booking Rusev and John Cena with so many feuds. Yeah. And it started considering me that Rusev became John Cena's bitch right there.
Yeah.
Because they were feuding him with John Cena, and John Cena kept on defeating him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just looked like Rusev was just lost in the shuffle there,
yeah.
you know. And unless if he got punished for upping Lana in the tank, and, you know, that probably must have been the deal. Why Vince must have, like, hammered him and said, what the fuck are you doing, man? You know.
Yeah, and let's see.
But then you had the smart marks complaining about that John Cena destroyed Rusev.
Yeah.
You know?
And by the way, Diamond Dallas Page could have been a great Intercontinental Champion.
He was a good U.S. champion.
Yes, he was. And that's but we're not going to get into that. What else? What about Shelton Benjamin?
Shelton, I think he was more of an Intercontinental Championship material more than a world champion.
Agreed. Yeah, I always saw him in more as a mid card. What do you think about Rob Van Dam's Intercontinental title run? I remember him winning it from William Regal at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah.
18. WrestleMania 18 is when he won it from William Regal.
Yeah. You know, RVD can pull some good feuds, and he can capitalize with any championship he carries, you know.
It's just weird.
So he was a good champion for mid-cards and world champion. RVD is always good as a heel and as a babyface. He can pull. He can go both ways.
It's just
and it doesn't matter the belts they give him.
It's just weird that when he was drafted to SmackDown in 2004, him and Rhino were never the United States champion.
No. And he was never a world heavyweight champion because Triple H screwed him right there.
Yeah. Let's see. I also liked, who else Intercontinental title run that we could touch on?
There's Jeff Jarrett, there's the Mountie, there's Bret Hart.
Oh, the Mountie? He only had it for I think he only had it for like a couple days. He beats Bret Hart at a house show and only has it for like a couple days.
Then Piper took it. And then you had
that was a good match.
But then
Piper and Bret Hart, WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania 8.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Hardy, Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, Umaga was
in Intercontinental.
What you call Umaga was Intercontinental Champion.
Umaga too?
Yeah, Umaga.
Rikishi, of course. Can't forget him.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose, of course. Kevin Owens was a horrible Intercontinental Champion, and I will say why. Because every time when he would win an Intercontinental Champion, he would fucking put it in his mouth. It's like, dude, why are you shoving up the championship up your mouth, dude? Really?
You know who else I thought that was? Kevin Owens was bad at every champion he held. Think about it.
Yeah.
Did you like him as United States champion? Or Universal champion? Or Intercontinental champion?
NXT champion?
I didn't watch him running NXT.
Well, him and Sami Zayn had some good feuds. And then when Finn Balor had a title shot, everybody was rooting for Finn to take it, you know?
Yeah.
And it was very predictable for Finn to defeat Kevin Owens because for the first time, TakeOver was at the Tokyo Dome where, you know, Finn Balor started, you know? But in general, I can't picture Kevin Owens as the face of the company, just like Vince McMahon doesn't.
Of course not, bro. They put the Universal title on him, and bro, I didn't think I don't think people took him serious when he won the Universal title. I was like, really, WWE?
Yeah.
You put the Universal title on this fat fuck? This guy's not even that good.
Yeah.
That's my first reaction when I saw him. That was my first immediate reaction when I saw that.
And honestly, I still can't picture, Steve Austin giving him the honor of using the stunner. I mean, luckily he's selling the stunner.
Yeah.
But the stunner should be kept with Steve Austin, not with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
That's my take on that,
Well, I never liked it.
A lot of indie darlings
at all. And I know
a lot of indie darlings are so invested in Kevin, but I'm not invested in Kevin Owens.
Me neither, bro. The indie darlings, they love Kevin Owens. Well, me, I don't, because I don't find him entertaining. I don't find him as a top star. And here's another thing. Why do they keep putting him in main events with Roman Reigns? Bro, I think he had like 3 matches with Roman Reigns throughout that whole Universal title run.
And that's it ended. And it's ended. And even though if I'm, I support the indie talents, I still would not be invested in Kevin in general,
Yeah. And, I mean,
I'm invested in some talents, but not Kevin.
Yeah, and who else? Yeah, every belt he touches is always worse. He's probably going to have a better tag team run with Sammy now that he's tag team champions today as of this recording. So, yeah.
I think Sammy's going to put him over, and that's about it. But who will be the worthy tag team to defeat both of them,
Oh, but I did like that Sammy as Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, Sammy can capitalize on it,
Yeah.
Nakamura was a horrible Intercontinental Champion because he wasn't built right.
It's just that
they didn't build him right.
They didn't really do nothing with him. Like, the feud with him and Apollo Crews, I wasn't really too hyped on that one. And I like Apollo Crews as that Nigerian gimmick. It's just that without that Nigerian gimmick, he's so generic.
Yeah. So they didn't build those guys right,
Yeah. Did you like Curtis Axel as Intercontinental Champion?
Oh, yeah. But it kind of sucks that his Intercontinental Champion run with him and Paul Heyman was cut so short, and I don't even know why, which I want to figure out when Curtis Axel became a Paul Heyman guy. It just got cut short.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal was, what caused Curtis Axel. After that he lost, and then him and Ryback were a tag team. They were called Right Axel or something like that.
Yeah.
So I still want to figure out what was cut short for Curtis Axel and shit. So. But he would have been good, but it didn't get capitalized in general.
Yeah. And what else? Who else was a good or bad Intercontinental Champion?
Ryback was an Intercontinental Champion, but they didn't build him right.
Yeah.
And he lost to Kevin Owens. And it pissed me off that Ryback loses to Kevin Owens with a power bomb. And wait a second, dude, you're a powerhouse talent, and you're losing to this fat-ass Kevin Owens,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said about Roman Reigns. Remember one match didn't he lose to Kevin Owens one time to get a shot at the Universal title?
Yeah.
Oh, remember, what about Edge, 2004 Intercontinental Champion run?
I say he's good.
Yeah. He's
always been good as a babyface and heel. He has a lot of charisma of giving those belts importance as a singles competitor,
Yeah. And yeah, I've always loved these mid-card titles. I like the mid-card titles because they always had history. Like, I've always loved the mid-card titles more than the world titles.
Because they entertain us more, and they give us more attention,
Yeah.
And at least the talents give it more meaning, more than they do with the world champion,
Yeah. Hey, but what do you think about
I just don't understand why calling...
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Booker T?
I just don't understand why Cody lost to the Big Show at WrestleMania for the IC belt. Because the Big Show sucked as a Intercontinental champion.
Yeah, I agree. But I did like Big Show's United States title run.
Oh, yeah. But he lost to John Cena at WrestleMania 20, and
yeah, him and Eddie
no more U.S.
for the U.S. title. So out of all of Big Show's title runs, I like his United States title run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, you know, Eddie Guerrero pulled it off with that Raw Sewage storyline.
Oh, now that caca and the under the ground. That show was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
after the Raw Sewage, it gave Big Show to be a monster heel giant. After that match, he wins the Intercontinental champion and he destroys Eddie, dude. Because nobody, dude, is gonna forgive to get humiliated having Raw Sewage all over you, dude.
Yeah, let me see what's here. Oh, I got another comment here. Miguel, what's going on? Why are you calling me Miguel Reigns? I thought Christian is Roman Reigns.
Damn. That's all I gotta say, like Farouk. Damn.
Damn. Do you think he should have been WWF champion as the leader of Nation of Domination?
Oh yeah, because he was so over.
Yeah.
But I think with the promos and the complaint that Farouk was doing that the WWF is racist,
yeah,
it kind of like froze it and pulled it aside, that it got a little political.
Yeah.
So it's like they gave it up, you know. And probably that's one of the reasons why they put The Rock in the Nation, to see if The Rock can definitely destroy the Nation, and destroy the Nation he did, you know.
Yeah. Would you get a gold print Intercontinental Champion like how Goldust had it, the gold strap? That's actually cool.
I wouldn't mind having that belt.
Yeah. Who else can we touch on?
I was telling Naomi, whatever happened to that golden women's SmackDown title that was glowing? And according to her, which I believe it, she said they didn't market it. And somebody made a comment that, why is her belt glowing? And then I'm going to myself, I was like, Fatu, Miss Fatu, why not? You are the glow, that's your gimmick, your championship's going to glow. Because I had a little conversation with her. Let me take you back to memory lane. John had a spinner belt. How do you call it? A gold belt.
Yeah.
And Jerry Lynn put the cruiserweight belt with bow ties in WCW. So why not you? I go.
Yeah. And what did she say?
They say they didn't market it, but I think she didn't want to go in full detail about it. But the excuse was they didn't want to market the belt. But I go, they could have. I go, I mean, with everything you had, your belt would have sold it, you know.
Okay, another comment here. It says, was RVD worthy of being WWE and ECW champion?
Yes, he was.
ECW champion, yes, but not WWE champion. Well, at that time, I get why they put it on him, try to get the ECW product over for new fans. So
yeah.
I get why they did that, but I don't think RVD should have been WWE champion.
In general, you know that Vince McMahon had a hard-on on him because he felt like RVD was a very good-looking guy for him.
Yeah.
So you know, Vince has those hard-on on good-looking men that have that look. So Vince was invested in Rob, but you know RVD, he has a hard time leaving the weed alone. So
yes, he does.
That kind of messed him up.
That's how he fucked up on his own terms.
Yeah. Now, if we would have fast-forwarded now that the marijuana was legal, okay, you would have been a very good WWE champion, and they would have capitalized on you.
Yep.
You know. But at that time, you could have waited until they legalize it. Then you can, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, David in the Wrestling Guy store was telling me that the consumers screwed him on the gummy bear marijuana marketing sale that he was gonna sell.
Really?
So he's no longer doing that. Yeah.
Oh.
consumer screwed him or something.
Yeah.
So he's taking them to court or something, and it's something that he said that they didn't live up with their part of the commitment. So now he's not going to live up to his, you know. So supposedly what they're saying, he's got a good case on it too.
We got another comment. It says, was Sheamus worthy being WWE champion in 2009 or in 2015? 2015, no.
No, he was not.
Yeah, he was holding
really
fresh for Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns beat him on Raw for it, so he was keeping it warm for Roman Reigns. Just like how The Miz was keeping it warm for Bobby Lashley. Remember that? How Bobby Lashley won the WWE title?
Yeah, and he did, and it wasn't too capitalized.
Yeah.
You know. So we answer your question. Yeah, it is no.
Yeah. Well, in 2009, yes. For 2015, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, he's not a Grand Slam champion yet. I forgot.
What did you? Well, never mind, because he didn't hold the. I was gonna say, what did you think of Daniel Bryan's Intercontinental Champion run? But he didn't hold it long.
And he never lost it either.
Yeah, I like his United States title run.
You know what? Brody Lee as Luke Harper, he could have stayed longer, but at the same time, his Intercontinental Champion was cut short. He would have been good if they would have capitalized on Luke Harper.
Didn't he beat Dolph Ziggler for the belt? I think it was on Raw.
Yeah, and then Ziggler got it back. But it seems like Vince was not invested in Brody Lee, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else was Intercontinental Champion? No, Matt was never Intercontinental Champion. And I'm pretty sure in the next video, you know what I want to talk about? In the next live stream?
Lance Storm.
Oh, Lance Storm? I don't even remember how he won it.
He beat Albert. And we were at Raw. But it wasn't too capitalized, so in SummerSlam, Edge took the Intercontinental Champion away from Lance Storm. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't think that maybe Vince didn't find any interest in Lance Storm or anything, which I did. I was invested in Lance Storm from ECW to WCW, but in WWE, Lance Storm was not it, you know, for Vince. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, and I was gonna say, out of all of Daniel Bryan's title runs, I don't know if I said this already. I think his United States title run.
He won that before, right? If I'm mistaken.
Yeah, he won it against The Miz, and him and The Miz had a good match at Night of Champions.
Oh yeah, and their stories were realistic and shit, so they did capitalize on their stories.
Yes, they did. And yeah, Daniel Bryan's United States title run was cool.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure on the next live that we're gonna do on here, we're gonna talk about United States champions, man.
That'll be our next topic, the U.S. belt.
Yes, I will. Yes, we will.
And then we'll do tag team.
Yeah, and
and then we'll do a little hardcore too.
Yeah.
Because the subject I want to talk about, the hardcore, that I think the only guy that kind of helped the hardcore champion over in a little entertainment was Hardcore Crash Holly.
Crash Holly and Raven.
Yeah, they kind of gave it some importance, so we'll talk more about that until, you know, we get it together.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose as WWE champion in 2016. I did not like it.
He wasn't well built, not well capitalized, so I think we got to talk about that one too. And okay, let me put it this way with Dean Ambrose in WWE.
I've never liked
his championship runs.
I only like them in AEW.
His championship runs in WWE from mid-card to world champion, they were not too over and not too invested on it. And I think that's a championship. We got to talk about that one as well.
Yeah.
How Dean Ambrose that the belts did not go well with him. Nothing against him, but
absolutely. Yeah.
He wasn't built, but I don't know who he had beef with at backstage or something. So
I did like him as United States champion.
Yeah. Oh, he was the longest, you know that. Well, not longest, but he held it pretty long.
Yeah, and Yeah, I like Dean Ambrose better in AEW as John Moxley. I didn't really like him in WWE a lot.
Like I said, he must have been in bad term with somebody just not to capitalize on him, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I see. I mean, you got to remember, and it's no secret, somebody did have beef with him backstage, you know, besides Brock Lesnar.
I wonder who it was.
You know, because remember, the Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose WrestleMania match.
Oh, that was horrible.
Moxley hated it.
Yeah.
He hated that match because Brock refused to work, not to work with him, you know.
Yeah.
And knowing Brock, that's typical Brock Lesnar, dude. He does what the fuck he wants, you know.
Yeah.
He's a Vince McMahon guy. He's out there teasing everybody, oh, I'm going to leave. But Vince McMahon is back, and Brock is here to stay. I took that, on that subject, I took it like a grain of salt. Did you knew that he was not going anywhere?
What's that?
Did you knew that Brock Lesnar was not going to go anywhere when he found out about Vince coming back?
No, that's the whole reason why he's staying.
Yeah. Because remember, when they found out that Vince was going to retire, Brock Lesnar was about to walk out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think Vince talked to him and he goes, please, don't walk out. I got a plan.
Yeah.
You walk away, you're walking away on me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. He goes, you have my word. He goes, you have my word. And he goes, okay, you better make it your word.
Yep.
Vince McMahon gave you your word. He came back.
Uh-huh. And
so, anyway.
Who else? Well, bro, I guess I'm gonna take off, and I know you gotta take off. But hey, man.
Oh yeah, another day at work.
Yeah,
it was
same.
a long Easter hunt anyway.
Yeah, same. And happy Easter to everybody. Happy Resurrection Day. Thank you, Jesus. And all right then, guys. Well, me and Jose the Ocho, we are out.